Hello, Philadelphia! I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gargano Show!
Live from the Xfinity studio. Well, good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to all of our friends. Hey, chat. Happy Friday. Friday, chat. What a night. What a night. That's 3 walk-off innings in a row. Well, not walk-off, but 3 go-ahead rallies in a row. First time in Major League history that we saw 3 go-ahead home runs in back-to-back-to-back nights for the fighting Phillies. And Bryce, the hero, Mr. Elite, he said it, we're coming. He said we're a good club and we're coming. That got me stoked. Oh, my. Bryce Harper. It was an amazing, what an amazing night yet again. This is the Anthony Gargano Show as we are presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app and, of course, our friends at Wawa and Xfinity. And here it is, the 3 nights in D.C. This will be the story of the season, right? Like, if they go on to win it, these 3 nights in D.C., I see it. The title is 3 nights in the Capitol, right? And you could write a whole book on the last 3 games. Tuesday night, Phil's down. Marsh ties it at 8 apiece. And then Stott with a 3-run bomb. Phil's all off of Brad Lord. Oh, Lord. And the Phils go on to win 11-8. Oh, it was a great night. Then on Wednesday night, down to their final strike. And there was Derek Hill. 2-run bomb off the Love Lady. And the Phillies win it 5-4. And then there was last night. It looked bad. 5-0. They're down. Sanchez beat up. A rare bad start by Christopher Sanchez. Just banged around, didn't have his good stuff. Out after 5, it looked bleak. But all of a sudden, the cardiac Phils, they started to mount a comeback. And then they tie it. We go to the 9th, tied at 5. And there was Schwarber base hit. And then a Bryce bomb to left center on a 1-0 count. And 7-5. Derek Hill adds another 3-run bomb. We love Derek Hill. He's everything that we thought Garcia would be. Off of Varland, another one of the Nats' horrible relievers. Phillies, all of a sudden, and Fuego, the fighting Phillies. We're coming, boys. We're coming. That's what Bryce said. Wow, what a night. Incredible evening. And the Phillies, what a trip to D.C., man. This stuff is what, propels you to things, right? Like, all of a sudden, we have 93 vibes. We got, 08. Let's go. People start to think about that stuff. Teams start to believe. And that's when a team like this, all of a sudden, despite the glaring needs from the right side of the plate and all this other stuff, it doesn't matter. You start to play through it. A guy like Derek Hill, somebody steps up, and it's been Derek Hill, journeyman, coming here and lifted them up to. Incredible 3 games, incredible wins. They are just hot, and they're chasing. They're right on the tail of the Braves. Oh, that's right. Hey, a lot of fun today. Lots of stuff to get to. Flyers draft. So we have the big Flyers draft party tonight at Yards down in Atlantic City. The Flyers will get ready for the NHL draft. All kinds of rumors and heat and everything else. The president, Keith Jones, is going to join us coming up in about 5 minutes. We'll talk to the brain. We'll talk to Mike Sielski. We'll talk to TV Todd. We'll talk to Legs. We'll talk to Billy Matz. I mean, stacked show for you today to send you in the weekend in a good mood. The Phillies have already accomplished it. Good morning, VG.
What's up, buddy? What a night. What a 3 games. They're
Nice.
very nice at bat,
Bryce.
Very nice at bat by Bryce. The finger was elite going around. He's saying it was his ring finger. Like, yeah, sure. Nobody puts their ring finger up to the crowd like that. Come on.
I love him. I absolutely love him. Take that, Nats.
Man.
Take that, Nats fans, wherever you are. I loved it.
Attitude.
I love
squished.
I love Harper. I just do.
You just gloss over Marsh. Marsh is there, home run.
I know.
Gloss over it.
No, but
Marsh
Marsh
to get the Harper's home run.
Marsh is ridiculous. Like Marsh.
I don't even understand it. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Between Marsh and Derek Harper. Derek Hill.
Derek Hill needs to chill. All right? We need a bat. I don't need him to get at the hottest of his career and hitting like 5, 6 home runs.
Hill
he needs to chill
has
out.
Been awesome. What did Pat say yesterday? Hill, yeah.
His career home runs is 7 in a season. He's got 2 in 11 games with the Phillies. Relax, brother. I don't need Dombo getting any false
some of the biggest home runs you'll ever want to see at the end of games. Like, are you kidding me? Well, that's what happens, right? Like, you all of a sudden you get, things start to fall in place. Marsh having this unbelievable first half, incredible first half.
He's still solidifying himself. He should be a star.
Oh, yeah. Like, this has just been something amazing, like, that we've never seen. Like, he reminds me, he's playing like Victorino.
Yeah, he is. I would like a little more activity on the base pass because he's fast. I don't understand that, but yeah, I can see the comparison.
I'm not nitpicking here, man. No nitpicking here. I mean, what we got from Mars? I'm like, dude. Thank you, Brandon. Like, appreciate it. Dude, he's crushing the ball.
That's a great trade. Is that a Dombrowski trade? For Hoppy?
I don't know if that was Clentak.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was Clentak.
I'll look it up. It's a good trade.
I think actually it was Clentak.
I saw someone put the wars up. I'm like, Hoppy's, he's come down to earth. He's the first season of the trade.
Dude, I honestly, I did not see this coming. I mean, this is just.
No.
This is just.
And you think last night, you're like, oh, Sanchi doesn't have his stuff. He didn't look good body language in the first inning. And you're thinking, oh, man, they're going to blow us in. This is a guaranteed win we got with Sanchez, and doesn't look like it. And they got this confidence going, man. This 3 games, if nothing else, I mean, it's just giving these guys confidence.
Yeah.
I think that's going to spur them through the rest of the season now.
Yeah. Hey, Jules, I think we got Jonesy. Okay. I know, dude. I don't know, man.
They're a very seductive team right now, and I'm trying to resist. I gotta keep them at arm's length.
I don't get. I'm usually the one.
I know. This is weird.
Tempering the expectations.
I think.
I don't get it.
I don't know Griffin the other night struck 9K, 7.5 innings. I mean,
so what? Kate Cavalli looked great for the first 6 innings last night.
Yeah, and everyone's bullpen's not as bad as the Nats bullpen. I mean, that has something to do with it. Great. It's been a great, fun 3 days. This is what they had to do to beat the Nats, as we said, outslug them because the Nats put up runs. That's what they do.
Right.
And they did it.
So I don't know why you're all,
I'm not all nothing. I'm just.
You should be bouncing off the walls today. I mean, are you kidding me? The fights. And with Bryce saying.
I love that.
Come on.
We're coming.
Like, I
mean, that should be on a shirt today everywhere.
Yes, we're coming.
Yeah. like
that's the shirt.
Yes. We should have a shirt made
Yes.
and the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I go, yeah, we're
Yeah.
coming. We're coming, man. Like that got me
That's
fired
the slogan, man. That's
Like,
the slogan for
like
the
that's
rest
the
of the season.
slogan. Yes.
Yeah, we're coming.
Like certain things, 3.9%.
Yes.
Right? Bryce Harper saying we're coming.
In June.
I mean, I'd say that's the thing.
Yes. Now that's an elite moment there. That's an elite guy.
Dude, come on, man. Right. Like,
Yeah.
like you're in, he's in Washington, his old yard.
Yeah, you know, it sticks in his crawl. They get to him. The fans get to him there.
Yeah, well, I listen, I don't blame him. I'd be pissed off.
It doesn't even make sense. Trey was here, like busted on Trey. He's like, doesn't even make sense they're busting on Trey too.
Yeah, it's all right. But here's the thing. I appreciate like that. That's where he's just a bright lights guy.
Yeah, he is. I agree with you.
I don't know.
He's working his way back to being an elite player.
He's already elite. Like this has been an elite type of season.
All right. I mean,
he's just
having a great year so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what are we like? Why are we missing words? And why aren't you over the moon?
Because I'm not going to get sucked in. They get hot, but they get cold quick too. And in 3 weeks, the whole team may go cold, and we're going to need a right-handed professional batter.
That's baseball.
And Derek Hill's not that guy, as good as he is right now.
But that's baseball. Hot streaks, cold streaks over the long season is baseball.
Of course.
All right.
But we've seen this team seems like their streaks go a little all at once, longer than other teams. And I'm just weary of that.
Yeah.
I'm weary, man.
Weary. Nothing to be weary about. And for the record, I was in on this whole thing before the hot streak, before the Matz series.
I got you.
I told you that.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, dude? Last week, if you remember, I had an epiphany. I'm like, they're going to be in it. And it was based around the pitching. Now, obviously,
I've been saying that the whole time.
Sanchez did not pitch well last night, but look at that. Like, all of a sudden, they pick him up, you know?
Yes. Yeah. No, Mickey, I'm not upset about the All-Star game tickets prices.
Yeah, like, he's a baseball Scrooge, Mick.
Nah, man. I am not with Jake Friel. Jake Friel says I'm with VG. They'll come up short again in the postseason. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need to make a move or two. That's all.
Right.
I don't want Dombrowski getting comfortable.
Jake, don't have that attitude. Listen, could they come up small? Yeah, but again, that's what baseball is. Like, you're in the you're going to be in whatever series you have because of the pitching. And if they win a division, that's a huge difference.
From where 10 games back? It's crazy.
I mean, you start to ride it a little bit. Like, you start to ride the whole wave. And these moments like this in sports can change a season. It can define a season.
These 3 games for sure.
You know?
Mattingly, I mean, my God, their record's phenomenal with Mattingly. I don't know what it is, but it's by far the best team in baseball since Mattingly's taken over.
I mean, that's all real. And you gain confidence.
And this is happening with
we're
a
gonna
bad
talk
bullpen.
To Jonesy in a minute, right?
Yeah.
And this is that moment, right? Like when we saw March, it's what's beautiful about sports is that we saw what happened in March where all of a sudden they got hot. And then, you cleave to the 3.9%. And that's something that and it just propels you.
Yeah, well, they've been hot for the last 50 games. They've been the best team in baseball with a bad bullpen and needing a right-handed hitter. So I'm saying, I don't want to get sucked in with Dombrowski in this. They got to get bullpen help and they got to get a hitter. They still have to. You don't believe this? You think they're cool as is?
I don't know. I mean, am I going to tweak if I'm Dombrowski? Yeah, I am.
I mean, Derek Hill can't be the answer we've been waiting.
But here's the thing, though. Here's what is there's just so much you can do because of your limited prospects. I already gave you the bullpen help. That's Gage Wood. Gage Wood is going to be my answer at setup. And as far as the bat's concerned,
give me Taylor Ward.
I told you about Taylor Ward. I said that that'll be the guy.
All right, then I'm in. Then I'm like, let's go. Now we're ready to go. It's a fair fight.
Don't sleep on the Ward.
No, I'm good with the Ward.
I mean, don't sleep on the hill.
On the hill, you're all D-moneyed up.
I am D-moneyed up. I'm D-hill up.
Yo, I had to look him up when they traded for him. I was like,
Oh, I know who he was. Yeah, White Sox,
yeah, sure.
Cubs. No,
Yeah, sure.
You know, that's it. All right, we got to.
Does it play?
I think we got you. It's on our end.
Well, the old, it's not you, it's me.
All right, let's try the president. Oh, look how handsome.
Man.
Look how
Ready to
handsome.
go.
He looks presidential with the blazer in front of the sign. You look like $1 million, brother.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm excited. I'm feeling great. You know what's funny? I was just drawing the parallels to the Phillies weekend and Phillies last 3 days in Washington, right? Where you pull games out the ninth inning and you get hot. Bryce Harper says, we're coming. And it reminded me of 3.9%. And, March comes around and all of a sudden you start to play real good hockey. And this is the beauty of sports. And then you get hot and it takes you through beating the Penguins. Like, that's the beauty of it. And 3.9% became a real kind of thing. It came a thing in the room. It came a thing all around you guys.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I think the guys kind of rallied around that underdog mentality. And now it becomes, even more challenging because now the expectations are raised and the players have to meet those expectations and continue to develop, continue to get better. We don't make that run if our young guys aren't contributing to our success, including Martone jumping in there at the end of the year. So you're always looking for those guys to take the next step, and that's going to be critically important for us this year as, it starts to ramp up a little bit more.
Do you foresee, obviously this already moves are happening, and it's fake rumors are everywhere. This is fun. But do you foresee like something significant or like you over the next few days?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, how it is with us. If you're reading it, it's probably not happening.
Right.
So that's just the way it works. Whatever we're doing, we keep quiet. And I can't think of too many instances where the rumors were what happened so far. So
right.
We look at everything. As you know, Danny's, working the phones all day, every day, especially this time of year and also at the trade deadline. But we're just, we're in a better position than we've been in the previous 3 years because we've, accrued a lot of talent, a lot of young players that have value. So it's definitely different for sure. But patience is still something that we think a lot about because we have some young players that I think have some really high ceilings that maybe some others haven't recognized yet, but we believe in our guys.
Do you, a couple of things. One, what's the process this time of the year with everything going on? You have your draft, right? Then you have all the opportunities and the calls that Danny, like, are you guys meeting, a couple times a day? Like, you're always together, but like, are you constantly having these discussions? What's the process like?
Yeah, it's continual because you don't know when that call comes. The phone rings and somebody has a different idea. And then it's a matter of picking through the truth. They may ask about a certain player, but they really want another one.
Right.
And that takes a few days to go through that process. So, yeah, there's a lot of...
then you got agents.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot behind the scenes that happens. There's just a lot. There's a lot to it that you have to, kind of take in the information and then try to see what works for you and then come to an agreement on something that in most cases ends up being fair for both teams. If you're going in to try to win every trade, you're not going to make very many trades.
Right.
So it's about relationships and, those are the things that really come into play when you're trying to, get a trade to make your team better. At the same time, you're not always looking to hit a home run because if you're doing that, you're not hitting many.
So how do you view this draft, right? Because obviously it's completely different than the position that you guys had been in with higher picks?
Yeah, it's there's a lot of thinking that goes into it with the work that our scouts have put in throughout the season. And if you're think about if you're scouting for the Flyers based on last season, there's multiple months in the season where you thought you were in a certain area, that potentially a top 10 pick, to now you're in the latter part of the starting in the 20 range. So I'm sure they've ran the gamut. Plus there's been trades happening with some of the lower picks. That's usually an indicator that people don't think the draft is stacked when you see those picks moving as frequently as they have. And that was kind of our expectation last year. The value of the future pick in our eyes, that's why the Lawton pick ended up being in 27.
Yeah.
Our guys, believed that this draft was not going to be as strong as last year's. And rumor is that 27 is going to be a heck of a draft. And 20 and 28 might be the same. So, so I don't think it has the strength of last year's or the depth to it, but I do think there's some really good players there. And I think there's a lot of different scenarios that could happen from 11 to 30. I mean, it's that wide open. So you have your idea on who you would like to get at that part. You're open-minded to other scenarios that come in from other teams. And by the time you get to where we're going to pick, somebody could be aggressively trying to jump up to that point too, and we might be able to benefit in that regard. So you're looking at everything. Danny's looking at it all. He's got a lot of good people helping him. Brent Flair does a great job in managing our draft, and there's a lot of communication. So just trying to get it right.
Well, what have you? Speaking of get it right, I mean, the whole run was just magical. It feels so good. What happened? How do you manage expectations? And listen, I still got chills after that Saturday night Game 4 against Carolina, and the fans are cheering. They're not leaving. Let's go Flyers! And I get chills. I think about it, and it was awesome. How do you then go from that moment and manage expectations? Because you said it earlier, like patience has to be a part of your thinking.
Yeah, so that was obviously a great moment and much appreciated by our players. And from a managerial standpoint, from us as well, our fans are awesome. I think it was really important for our players to see that and want more of it. That's my take on a personal level. I just want more. I want us to be better. I want us to continue to experience those types of moments. But I also recognize that's not the way it works. Like we have to produce. And from a standpoint of, asset management, grabbing players at the right time, we've got to be sharp. This is a very difficult league. And everyone who missed the playoffs last year is trying to make the playoffs this year. It's not a league where we have a bunch of teams now that are trying to finish last. That's not where the league's not in that spot now. Chicago's desperately trying to get better. There's a lot going on where everyone's trying to push for the playoffs. So it's a challenge. We have to match that and be ready for anything, but also make sure that we're doing what's best for our franchise in the future, because we don't just want to be a visitor. We want to be around, and we want to be in the playoffs for a long time. And that's the challenge for us this year. But the experience was awesome, and I believe our young guys are going to benefit from that. So I was really happy about a lot of what happened in the latter part of the year, but I also recognize how important it is for us to meet expectations and do a great job in trying to continue to push our players forward.
Do you think last year also was a message to the rest of the league about the Flyers being back? Like I think there was like a cool kind of moment nationally, like within the league, like, hey man, Flyers are back. Like, and I think that's good when you're out recruiting players, looking to, bring guys in, that the Flyers are becoming a destination again.
Yeah, that there's no doubt about that. And then when people watch the playoffs, which most hockey players do, they recognize just what a great scene that was. Throughout every one of our home games, and the ratings on TV were through the roof, and especially in the first series, and even on in the Carolina series, where the league was setting records on people watching, including players. So there's no question that has changed. We are not on players' no trade lists, where we were for the majority of the first 2 years that we were here. So I think talk has a lot to do with that too. He's very popular amongst players in the league. They they gravitate towards him. So that's a pretty cool benefit of having a coach that's been around, that's coached some of the, or been an assistant coach at least with the Four Nations Canadian team, the Canadian Olympic team. That's where players are watching. They talk to each other. So that's a benefit. That's a side benefit. But if you don't make the playoffs and our fans don't do their part, then I think the players are less likely to want to come to a city that's enjoying and getting behind their hockey team. And I think that's what we experienced. I think we benefit from that.
Yeah, like you bring up talk, and you know what I love? Like I was talking to him recently, and he was bringing up, hey, like we're always about like keeping things fresh for the guys. For this generation, like you need to have things always kind of freshened up. You don't want anything stale, from messaging to the way it looks in the cafeteria. And like there's a relatability with him, with players that you talk, like that I think is a big deal. Like I think that's something that really kind of helps the whole process thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And he has that type of relationship with his players. They'll fire him a text in the summer, and then middle of a Monday morning just to check in and say hello. Like it's pretty cool to see that. And I do think that kind of spreads throughout the league too, that he's open to talking to them about anything. And that's really cool. These are young guys that are just trying to in many cases trying to establish themselves in the National Hockey League. So it does matter that who coaches your team matters, and we have a good one.
So we did this last year, like we do it every year. What have you learned about your group, like about your roster? What have you learned in this past calendar year about them?
A lot of really good and encouraging things. I mean, you saw the year that Trevor had last year coming over for Anaheim right around this time, I believe, is when that trade officially went through. I think you probably interviewed him right around this time, around the draft, right?
Yeah.
And he's done, some really great things for us. So we're really pleased about, our patience and waiting for that trade to, happen. So he's a guy that really did an outstanding job. Martone, obviously, last year wasn't a part of this until this day was over, the draft, a year ago. And then he was a part of it, which I am still shocked today that he was there at 6.
I know.
Yeah.
That kid. God. You know what you love about him too? Like he's working after practice. And he didn't shy away from anything. Like he gets acclimated in one game, and then all of a sudden he's like prominent on the ice.
Yeah.
What a mentality that kid has.
So those are the things that are going to allow us to move forward. Players like him, of course, he's an exceptional player. Jack Berglund from the 24 draft at pick 51 is going to be a very important player for us. Knuble was in that 23 draft in the 4th round. He's going to play. Don't know if it's this year. I don't know if it's 3 months from now. He's going to play. Barkey's from that draft as well. Michkov in the 1st round of that draft. Bonk is going to play. I mean, it's going to be a pretty impressive draft by the time that we look back on it in a few years. That's what you're looking for. And then last year's draft, I believe, is going to be similar in that regard. Different players that fit into the puzzle of the team in different roles are all starting to, filter through the organization. And that's what you want. So it's pretty cool. It's great. But there is no, we're not going to do something, to win the day. we're trying to win for a long time. So that's the way I think that our mindset is. And if something blows us away and works for us, and we believe it's the right thing to do, that's going to keep us, a contending team, through the playoffs and having a chance to do great things, then we'll obviously pay a lot of attention to it. But we have a lot more depth than we had when we arrived, and we have a lot more cap space than we had when we arrived. So it's coming. We're getting there.
How did you brought Beach Coffin? Obviously, we know the whole story. How did you leave it with him, and how do you feel? You feel good moving forward? You
Feel great
in a
about
good
it.
spot.
Feel great. Yeah, feel great about it. And then I think we're really going to benefit from a challenging year. So I'm a big believer in the kid, as you know. So we'll see where it goes, but I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. I mean, I think what fans have just enjoyed this part of the journey is fun. Like when you get behind a young team with young talent, because you never know when Martone's going to pop, right? Like you get a guy like that, and all of a sudden, and then you've done a great job sprinkling in, the Zegras move is great by you and Danny, and I love Wall. Getting Wall, it takes a lot of pressure off of Ladar. You don't have to burn him out. You got a legit 1B goalie.
Yeah, he's good. He's very good. You guys are going to enjoy him.
Yeah.
We're very happy to have him.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. It's great. You start to, because you have more depth throughout your lineup, you're able to do some things like that. Unfortunately, the goalie market is never overly expensive for some reason. As important as the position is, if you're patient, you can find guys that fit what you're trying to do. And Waller fit that description. So we're very happy to have him as, part of the team. And then Benoit fits a certain part of it as well. He's a great skater. He's a very good penalty killer. He's an awesome teammate. And he's very good friends with Joseph Wall too. So those are the type of people that we want. He also was with Trevor and Jamie in Anaheim before he went to Toronto. So he fits. He's another piece of the puzzle. Should not be forgotten in that trade. He'll be a good Flyer.
You think Juracek is primed to kind of take that role?
Yeah, it's for us. It's a player that we believe in, and we think that he's going to. He's obviously got very good offensive abilities, power play potential without a doubt. And then we have to develop the other aspects of his game. But, like any young player, especially defenseman, it takes time. Look at Darren Radish. He's 30 years old. He just had his first really good year in the NHL.
Yeah.
Okay. And Juracek is what, 22?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's got 8 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
Be like Darren Radish. There's not a rush. You have to be patient with these kids.
Yeah.
And, Brinker we loved, but he was in a position where we have a lot of wingers. So he was expendable, and, wish him nothing but the best. It's always tough moving players that we have a great relationship with our guys. Our guys don't want to leave. Now, when we got here, that wasn't the case. And it was also the case that players didn't want to come. So there's a shift here. Okay. Our guys are upset when they're leaving, and we're upset that they're leaving, but we recognize that it has to happen. And that's part of it. And the other part is the ones who are coming are excited to be coming here.
Well, I think culture. You're talking about culture.
Yeah.
One of the things that you guys did, I think, have accomplished. Obviously, you're still checking off pieces. But one of the things that you've accomplished, which I think is a really big deal, is culture. The idea of what a Flyer is supposed to be, and what kind of how we look at ourselves.
Yeah. Well, culture is used all the time. That's fine. It's really how you treat people and how you want to be treated and how everyone treats each other. So, when we move a guy like Garnet Hathaway, it's upsetting to us because we love Garnet. And it's not an easy, decision to make, but we can't keep everybody. Now, when someone makes a fair offer like Florida did, we have to do it. But is the phone call easy to Garnett? No, it's not. And it's hard for him. So that's what you want. When you send D'Lo to Carolina and help him extend his career, he's part of a Stanley Cup championship and he has 2 more years in his contract to be able to continue to play. We're happy about that. Like, we're not happy that he was in Carolina and they beat us. We're happy for him as an individual that he's able to, continue to play and do his thing that he wasn't going to get the opportunity here to do, which shows that we're internally growing, which is great. And those guys are leaving here with nothing but great things to say about the organization. And that's how the word spreads. So they're little things, but they go a long way in the big picture.
Do you guys are constantly looking at the trends in the league and all, like what did the playoffs, what did Carolina, what does that mean for the league itself and kind of, looking at how to build your team?
Yeah, it's that's 8 years of playoff hockey put into one run.
Yep.
They earned it with their patience and their, very smart, subtle moves that they made. They did it without a whole lot of star power. They had one guy that was picked in the top 5. That was Svechnikov, and he had his struggles. So when you look at it, it's another thing that you have to analyze and study. We played them 8 times last year. We went to overtime 6. Okay. But we weren't close. That's what we have. So that's that's what we have to figure out. Okay. Now, are they the team to beat next year? Yeah, for the first day, because they won. But there's other teams that are loading
the team
up.
that didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah,
it just got Brady Tkachuk,
Yeah. And he's traded within his division. Yeah. So like the league, that's where the league's going. And the players are getting more power. Yeah. So you have to treat your players right. They can dictate a lot of how long they stay and where they go these days. So you have to work with them.
The other good thing too is like when you're looking at progress and improvement, if you think about it, if you just improve the power play itself, like that alone will help propel, right? When you think about it, something like that aspect of, of if you can just get the power play better, that's going to help you. Like you could look at it that way for sure. There's little areas that you can improve, right? And obviously that's one that we want to improve on. But does that guarantee we finished 20th in the league in power play? Right.
That'd be a nice, it would feel a lot better than being at the bottom. But does that guarantee we're in the playoffs? No, it doesn't. So there's a lot more that goes into it, but there's no question that there's a focus on improving the power play, but that was the same focus going into the last couple of years too, and we didn't accomplish that. So that's something that's a focus for us, but it's not something that's taken over every day of our lives.
My brother, listen, this is great, man. This is I'm excited. Like it's funny every day we talk about it. Like, hey, what's going on? It's off season. And we're locked in, like the town's locked in to your off season, which is a huge accomplishment, man. This is awesome, brother.
We appreciate it. Yeah. And we recognize it's a big responsibility too. So we're going to do our part to try to keep this thing going in the right direction. And, I think we're in good hands with Danny. I feel confident about it.
And
Hilf's there to keep an eye on all of us. So it's good. He's the man.
I love it. Let's go, Jonesy. Let's go.
See you, buddy. Get some rest.
Good
rest
luck
up.
tonight.
All right. See you, pal. Take care.
Here he is, the great Keith Jones, the president. Looking all presidential.
It looks great. Said all the right things, everything I wanted to hear. I don't want them to get caught up in your excitement or my excitement. Stay focused, stay patient.
Yes. Jonesy, look at him. Like he's
a bad poker player, I would imagine. He's beaming and smiling when you talk about certain players. He's not playing it cool at all.
Nah,
when he's got a hand. Like,
He's got a hand. Yeah. He's feeling good, man.
Yes,
like,
he should.
And I think that's a big part of this thing is that he's feeling good, and
he should. Yeah.
I mean, dude, like we did this last year. We did, we talk to Jonesy frequently, but if you look at from the calendar year, look what happened. Look where they wound up. And again, you knew it. Like a lot of had to change to start to, and it begins with the culture and feeling good and everything else.
Yeah. And like, I was like curious, how is he going to temper expectations and stuff? Dan Hilferty, him, they're all locked in. They got their plan. They're staying with their plan, even though they might be ahead of schedule. They're not going to force it or rush it, with the Flyers had a tendency to do in the past. Go after big names and
Skip steps.
Yes.
Right.
So this is good.
Yeah.
I feel great.
I feel you. I'm glad. All right.
There is some news coming out of New York. Well, we also got an insight into Wall's nickname, Waller.
Yeah, Waller.
Yeah. The Mets have fired their manager, leading into a series with the Phillies, trying to change the room. They bring in Andy Green.
Andy Green? Who's Andy Green?
So Andy Green was a manager of the Padres from 2016 to 2019 with a winning percentage of .428. He's currently, before this, their senior VP of baseball development.
Andy Green.
He's no Donnie Baseball stepping in to get the boys rallied for the series.
Really? Like, you're going to go Andy? Like, I'm thinking, who are they going to go?
Look him up. I was like, who's Andy Green?
Right. They go, Andy Green. What's he, a sheriff?
Love it.
Andy
Go
Green.
Mets.
There's something better than watching that mess.
Mets fans got to be like, Andy Green? Like, we're getting a suit out of the office and coming out. It's like Paul Owens coming out.
Like a generic.
Right.
There's nothing like inspiring about Andy Green.
Greens.
Right. Like, there's a tree.
Right.
And on the tree is the Andy Green tree.
Yeah. I looked at my front office. He's not Andrew. He's Andy. He's Andy Green.
I don't mind being Andy, but Andy Green, Andy Muster.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Come on.
Oh, Andy Green. The boys might be fired up in New York this week.
I love it. All right, let's take a quick TO, talk about our friends, and then come back with the brain. First, the brain brings us the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. What do we got World Cup wide?
This is where it gets weird with the World Cup.
Yeah?
Because there's a lot of teams not playing. They don't care. So
Well, USA didn't need it.
Right. There's one game today. It's this Algeria game.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Who they got? I forget who they got.
You like Algeria as your pick?
Under.
Oh, under. All right.
Under.
All right, there you go. Soccer Palooza on the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. All kinds of great boosts and everything else. Check it out. New customers get 500 spins on the new soccer slot game. Go, 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 collect them. And up to $500 casino bonus back. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, let's talk about Xfinity and our good friends that keep us connected. You need Wi-Fi that works, right? Wi-Fi that connects to home and is always online. Well, this is super intelligent Wi-Fi, Xfinity Wi-Fi. Finds and fixes problems before you notice them and lets you stream the game. Even like my older one is playing video games. My younger one's playing video games. But I got no problems, right? Because I'm connected with Xfinity, and my 5-year price guarantee keeps the price the same thing. I got Xfinity's best equipment included. I don't have hidden fees. I don't have annual contracts. It's the best. Your Wi-Fi should stay reliable, and the price should stay put. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price. Unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more. Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. All right. Joining us, the brain. Brain.
Brain, brain. Red, the brain finder.
Good morning, brain.
How are you, my friend?
Listen, before we start, have a great honeymoon on your
Appreciate
trip
that.
to Asia, buddy.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm
When
really
you leaving
looking
tomorrow
forward to it.
morning?
I'm super excited. What's that?
When you leave tomorrow morning?
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Yeah, we leave for San Francisco like at like 6 a.m. So it's really early, early flight, early start, but I'm super excited. And this is like the only thing better day than this is if I could have hired Andy Green, but didn't go that way.
Did you remember Andy Green? I didn't remember Andy Green.
It's funny when VG just announced it. I said to myself, Andy Green, that name sounds familiar. And then when he said who he was, yeah, he was an underperforming guy for the Padres.
Is he
But I
Green
knew
with
I
an
knew the
E
name.
No.
or no E?
On the end?
Yeah,
No E on the end.
no E on the end.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be no N either for wins or N for win. Like I gotta tell you, it's interesting. You talk about too little, too late. I mean, the Mets this year have probably been as disappointing of a baseball team in the last decade. I don't think that's an understatement. From what they were supposed to be, their over/under was around 90-ish. They're going to probably win
Wow, they
75.
were 90 win over under. Wow.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, and I'm curious, but I really respect your opinion, both you guys here. If the Phillies never made the managerial switch, do you think they'd still be sitting here 45-36?
I
Or close
mean,
enough?
I think they'd be close.
maybe they wouldn't have, as many wins, but I think they right the ship. I mean, I do believe that.
Yeah, they
These,
would have
these wins against the Nationals, by the way, were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Unbelievable.
like in fairness, and I just chastise him for saying this, but I mean, VG's right. Like the Nats bullpen is horrendous. Like
No,
it's the
you
worst
know what,
bullpen
though?
in baseball. I mean,
He's
you're
pretty
trying
set
out
up the right guys
Lovelady
to
and
pinch
Brad
hit.
Lord,
Yeah, I know
and
that. They have the lowest K rate in the history of Major League bullpen. Did you read that?
no, not surprising. That's
Yeah, literally the worst strikeout rate in the history of the sport. So that kind of adds substance to what you're just saying.
I mean, you got Lou Varland, who was a gas can in Minnesota. Like their pitching is horrendous.
Yeah.
But it's funny because they can hit, but their
Yeah.
pitching is just awful. But it's irrelevant to what the Phillies did. Helps the Phillies, right? It helps them believe, and you could point back to 3 nights in Washington.
It's amazing. Let me ask you a question. What are you doing right now if you're the Phillies? If I only say you can make one move, where are you going?
Well, my one move is the right-handed bat because I'm gonna get Gage Wood to be my setup guy.
Okay. That makes sense.
Gage Wood's going to be my setup guy. I'm already I'm
Pencil that in.
gonna bury him up until the end of September, in the sense that I don't want to book out on him. I want him coming out throwing gas in the playoffs where there's not a big book on the kid.
Yeah, well, you 69 strikeouts in 47 innings, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. What would you do?
To me, again, they took care of step one, which to me was removing Painter from the. And I'm not saying he's not going to eventually going to be good, but I'm saying in the year 2026, when I'm trying to win a championship, I just don't think he could be involved. Aaron Nola, there's nothing they're going to be able to do about that, unfortunately. When I look at the Phillies, they have arguably 2 of the 5 best pitchers in the league. Luzardo's hit or miss, but he showed in last year's playoffs, I think he's more hit than miss. What would I do? I mean, well, first of all, things like Trey Turner, you need him to hopefully just go back to being the great player he's been.
Yeah.
Like Bichette got hot for the Mets. Trey Turner's another guy who's been as consistent as any player the last decade in the entire sport. He's been bad.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been bad. Like, forget average. That would help to me, just having that alone. JT, I kind of thought when they re-signed him that this was the version we were going to get, quite honestly.
Which
I
I'm
never
fine
thought,
with because he knows how to handle a staff.
correct.
So
I am
good
agreeing.
with
I'm not bitching about that.
Yeah.
To me, and it's amazing, Schwarber, I'm like, okay, we saw a career year last year. This guy, you're right, he's becoming like he's a Hall of Fame player, really, maybe. I am absolutely amazed.
Dude, how about the way he hits
great he
lefties?
is.
I mean, he's become
great.
really good against lefties.
Listen, here's the thing. To me, Marsh has kind of replaced Turner in the sense that
Yes.
he's having that Trey Turner year.
Yes.
Lead league in
Yes.
hitting. I mean, like he's Trey Turner, and
Yeah.
Turner's become Brandon Marsh. So if
More like Alec Bohm, but yeah.
right. Now, if between Bohm, I mean, to me, Bohm, again, he is what he is. But if Turner can just get back to being elite, and if Marsh can continue this, that'll solve a lot of the problems to me. But yeah, I mean, I think they could potentially use one more legitimate right-handed bat. But my question to you, Ann, is who is that guy?
Well,
Like,
you're stuck because you don't have a lot to trade.
they don't want to trade, do they?
No, they don't have a lot to trade at all. So I'm
Right.
looking at Taylor Ward.
You know, it's funny. Taylor Ward's power has been sapped, but his OPS, his on base percentage,
Well,
is still
because they're
been
batting
great.
him leadoff. So I think what he's doing
Correct.
is he's trying to see more pitches and he's trying to act like more of a leadoff guy.
Well, it's actually worked though. He's getting on base, and he's actually been effective. That's a good name. That's a good name. I'm curious to see what that would cost, and what the Phillies potentially would give for that. Again, because he is getting on base, which is
Yeah,
a
I
huge
think
thing
you get
really.
him, prospect, 4, 7, like he's not going to
He's
cost.
on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, like it's not
Yeah, and
going
I
to
guess
cost
he's
you.
32 years old. He's 32 years old. So
Right,
that's
like-
actually a good name. It's a very good name.
Yeah,
And
but
it's a
I
realistic
can't
name.
I can't shop in an aisle more expensive than that, is my point.
Yeah, and you know what? What I like about that idea is he's shown he has the ability to be a big power guy, and he's now shown his ability to be an on-base guy. His on-base percentage is close to 400,
Yeah.
which is spectacular. Look, I like that. I think, and plus, again, you're not saying, bring back Frank Thomas from the past. You're saying a realistic name that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, another arm. Like Tariq Skubal, the cost will be
No, well, you're not. You
extremely.
can't shop in that aisle, right? Like
Yeah.
they're like me. Like I can't shop in that aisle, right? Like I can only shop in the Taylor Ward aisle, right? Like
Yeah, it's not a bad aisle to shop in, though. I really don't think it's a bad aisle. So I think that's actually a very good, realistic name. Which, if I was the Phillies, that's probably as good as they can get. But I think there'll be real competition for him, Anthony, because there's not many bats like him available. Like it's a really small list. So it may not be the incredible aisle that you're talking about, but in 2026, he's probably towards the top. When you think about it.
Well,
The names
I
are gonna
mean,
be
he's not Buxton. Obviously,
Yeah, but I
Trout
don't think
got hurt
Buxton's
again.
Buxton has a no trade. I don't think Buxton's going to be moved.
Well, he may not, but like there could be other teams that could go. Like Atlanta could maybe want him, and
God,
because I heard
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
they are really fading with all their. Again, they've just been so hit with injuries. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But the injuries are finally catching up to them. Where I mean, the Phillies. I mean, Anthony, they have a real chance. They're 4 games back.
Yeah.
And they got a
4
really
games
easy
back.
schedule. The next 15 to 17 games are pretty easy for the Phils.
It's amazing what they have been able to do. Although the thing is, winning the division and coming in second means nothing unless you get a top 2 seed. But they're only, that's the other thing. I mean, they're going to have to. To me, the real key is not beating the Braves. Well, it is beating the Braves, but beating either the Dodgers or the Brewers. Because to me, if you don't get a bye in the first round, whether you win the division or not, means absolutely nothing to me.
No.
Like zero.
Let me ask you
But
guys.
if they can somehow pass one of those 2 teams, because Anthony, in a best-of-3 baseball series, the freaking Colorado Rockies can beat you 2 out of 3. It's just the way baseball is.
Yep.
It's not like the NBA where, like the Sixers would never have beaten OKC in 2 of 3. It just wouldn't happen,
Right.
But we'll see.
If they get a Taylor Ward, does it make you reconsider Trey Turner leading off? I mean, if you got a guy who's getting on base almost 40% of the time?
I mean, look, that's a good question. It's just Trey Turner has been so good and I still.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I still
still leave
stubbornly
him at
have
the
to
top
think
of the
that
lineup?
Trey
Yeah,
Turner.
I need Turner off. I don't mess with that. I don't.
Yeah, I think there's a better than 50% chance that he will come back, or even worst case scenario. By the way, VG, love the shirt. But even if he comes back in the playoffs and plays well, to me that's good enough. I just think that Trey Turner, it's going to be hard to hold him down. I don't think he's gotten too old per se. I like to think
No.
that that'll even itself out over 162 versus 80.
Yeah, I just use Ward to break up the left, to break up the Marsh
Yeah, I get it.
and the two studs.
If you get him, I like your idea with Wood is coming out of the pen. They're going to be very, very tough to beat.
Yes,
Very.
That's
tough
what
to
I
beat.
told VG last week. That look, when you have Sanchez and Wheeler, right? And I'm a Lizard guy, right? 13 Ks. He's got great stuff. Like you got those three in a series, and you got
The three
Durant
best
at the
teams are
back end, right?
Anthony,
Like,
but I
they're in
actually
it.
think the four best teams in baseball are in the National League.
Agree. Yes.
I really do. Now, maybe I don't know if I put the Braves in there with the injuries right now, but certainly I think the three
Well, they're
best
going to
teams
get
are
guys
Milwaukee, Dodgers,
back.
and
I
Phillies.
mean, they're not season enders.
Right. But I think the three best teams for sure in the NL, probably even the four best. So it's like, it's just the competition is just unfortunate. Like if you were in the AL, you'd say, okay. I mean, obviously it's baseball, anything can happen, but they would be a massive favorite to get to the World Series in the NL, whether they're playing, if they have to face Mizrowski or Ohtani. It's like kind of reminds me of a World Cup game, right? You're looking at a 1-0 game either way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
one game.
exactly.
You just don't know if it's going to go your way or not. When
That's
you're
right.
throwing, your two studs against their studs, it's just going to be 1-0, 2-1 either way.
All right, buddy. Listen, you have a great trip. Do you have anything for us tonight?
I do. Listen, I took the. It's funny. Christopher Sanchez hurt my feelings yesterday. I had Nats team total under 3.5 runs. Well, the only good news was I didn't have to worry about it after the first inning. It's like, all right, thank you. Didn't have to sweat that one out. But I did take the Phillies laying a half run the day. Look, to me, the Mets are pitching minor league pitcher. Wheeler is elite. I'll lay a half run on the 5-inning line. Why do I do that? Well, in case the Phillies lose, I don't have to lay close to 175. I laid $1.07 in the 5-inning line, laying a half run. Now, again, the danger with that, if it's 1-1, I lose. As opposed to if it's 1-1, you bet the game continues. But I did it, and I took Anthony. I went against our good friend. This guy's been batting practice this year, absolute batting practice. I took Nate Eovaldi going against Patrick Corbin. You could either take the game laying 105, or you could do the 5-inning line laying 115. To me, both are good. Probably lean 5-inning line, but I mean, Eovaldi's been solid. Corbin's been horrible. Rangers have gotten Corey Seager back. They add another bat to the lineup. I think both those two plays I think are pretty solid, and both are going to be laying around even money. I think you'll go at least 1-1, hopefully 2-2.
Love it. Love it. Brain.
And Bosnia did come through, laying a goal.
There you go. You got a World Cup play for him?
No, man, I got to just stop on a 1-0 rest of my laurels. I can't
You're
take the pressure.
unbeaten in the World Cup.
Exactly. That's right. That's my claim to fame. But yeah, did you watch the game last night? I know you guys got to
I did.
run
I
at the
watched
end.
USA last night.
Yeah, I've watched and I told you, outside of the NFL, this is my favorite thing to watch. I watch every one of them.
It was
love
cool, man. Brad Pitt's there, DiCaprio, like all those dudes were there. It was cool. It was great.
Yeah, I literally love it. I love it.
And
It's my favorite
Pulisic
sport to watch.
gets in and he almost scored. Like he looked good.
He
You
did.
know.
Again,
You're
I
good.
love watching it.
You're legitimate.
I
They
love
control
it.
play. I know they lost
Yeah.
the game, but you're playing all backups. You know.
Yeah, again, it really unfortunately didn't mean anything other than just for the window dressing of saying, all right, we went 3-0, but
And we got
look,
a
they
media
should
kid who
hopefully be-
scored last night. How about that?
it was exciting.
It was great. Brother, safe trip. Enjoy it, buddy.
See you guys in about a month. Appreciate you both.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoy
Be
it.
good, guys.
Keep in touch. How about that? Whirlwind trip
I
to
couldn't even
Asia.
fathom going away for a month.
God bless.
Right? A month vacation?
I'll take 3 days.
Right. A month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Got to be amazing.
Coming up, Mike Sielski. I love that, Mike. We're talking to Mike coming up. First, a word from our friends.
This summer, declare your independence from hot, miserable sleep with Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Stay cool all night with cooling mattresses starting at just $6.99. Plus, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses and pay 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years interest-free on better sleep. So stop sweating through summer nights and sleep cooler, longer, and more comfortably. Freedom from hot sleep starts today at Ashley Stars and Stripes Mattress Sale. Shop for more deals in-store or at ashley.com.
For the past 30 years, Golden Nugget Jewelers has operated out of the very same location in the heart of Philadelphia. Customers from across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even Baltimore, New York City have come to Golden Nugget Jewelers to find that perfect engagement ring, wedding band, or gift. Their staff is highly trained and dedicated to providing a personalized experience. I've gone there a couple of times. I had to replace a diamond in a ring. I had to get a necklace. They're not pushy. The staff is super informative. It's just a great shopping experience. They have a vast selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, along with high-end watches, fashion jewelry, sparkling diamond necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and everything else you could think of. You receive a final cleaning and written appraisal with every engagement ring purchase. And Golden Nugget Jewelers, they're family owned. They've been operating since 1987, right there on Chestnut Street at 8th in downtown Philadelphia. You deserve an expert, and you deserve the best price. Golden Nugget Jeweler, where Philly gets engaged. Visit goldennuggetjewelry.com.
This summer, declare your independence from hot, miserable sleep with Ashley Stars and Stripes Mattress Sale. Stay cool all night with cooling mattresses starting at just $6.99. Plus, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses and pay 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years interest-free on better sleep. So stop sweating through summer nights and sleep cooler, longer, and more comfortably. Freedom from hot sleep starts today at Ashley Stars and Stripes Mattress Sale. Shop for more deals in-store or at ashley.com.
There he is.
I have to edit that with some Darth Vader breathing noises behind it.
I don't get the Darth Vader stuff. I don't. Look at him.
That's what's so amazing.
I mean, he's your neighbor.
Yes.
He's the guy you want living next to you.
Yeah, I've seen those horror movies. Everything looks good on the outside. Who knows? There comes Sielski.
Is he calling me Freddy Krueger or Ted Bundy?
Checking my ring camera at night. Sielski creeping around out there.
No, you're calling him Ted Bundy. That's not right. I would be honored to live next door to you, buddy.
Right back at you, cuz.
Hey, couple things, man. We got to get to. One, the big story in Action News, the Phillies and the comeback, back to back ninth inning home run, go ahead home runs, never been done in the history of Major League Baseball. Are you believing? Is there magic? This is the big takeaway brought to us by Xfinity.
Look, there must be magic because it freaked the Mets out so much that they fired their manager.
Andy Green.
Yeah, Andy Green. I went to high school with a guy named Andy Green. I would not have selected him to manage my baseball team. Do I believe? Look, they're a contender. Yes, I mean they're good enough, assuming they get there, to make a run. Does that mean it's going to happen? No. Do I think it's likely to happen? No. But this sets up the dynamic that we talk about all the time, guys. You want a summer of baseball to be fun. That's what this is all about. And then you take your chances in October. I know how hard that is for people to reconcile, considering what's happened over the last 4 years. Once the Phillies get to October, I get it. But man, if you can't enjoy the last 3 days and put aside thinking about what the heck the rotation is going to look like or the bullpen is going to look like come September 30th, then you're not a baseball fan.
And I say this all the time, every year. You can't predict October. You don't know who's going to be hot. You don't know whose arm is hurt and sore, right? Who's got a little dead arm. Like, there's a million factors. And again, the Phillies in 2011 were the best team by a mile and somehow lost in that 5-game series against St. Louis. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah, and I chuckle all the time. You know, there's been all this discussion around the sport now about, the potential work stoppage and do they need a salary cap to stop the Dodgers because the Dodgers just dominate. They've won the last 2 World Series. Did anybody who says that watch the NLDS last year? I mean, the Phillies, it doesn't mean that you're satisfied that they were right there, but But that series could have gone the Phillies' way if they
Yeah.
simply played better. It's not as if the Dodgers blew them out, beating them 10-0 in 3 straight games. They were right there. The Dodgers were a slightly better team. That stuff happens in October. And there's reason to think that if they got back in there in the same sort of matchup this October, it might go a different way. Nothing's guaranteed. It doesn't mean that, I don't mean to have like a pie in the sky, Pollyanna view of where the Phillies are. It just means they're a contender and they have a shot, and that's all you can ask for.
Well, and the other thing, like, listen, I do believe in things like that could carry you the rest of the season, overtake the Braves and win the division, like stuff that happened the last 3 nights. And Harper goes, "We're a good ball club and we're coming." Like when I hear that, like I love that stuff, like because I do think that could propel you to win a division. Like you get hot, you start to believe. Now, what happens in October, we already covered. But stuff like this it portends it. Like all of a sudden, Derek Hill has a great, back half of the year. All right. Like, we've seen that before. Like stuff like that happens.
You like it when a guy like Bryce Harper transforms into Adrian lying in the hospital bed in Rocky 2, and she says, "I want you to do one thing for me. Win. And the music kicks on, and that's you. You go for that in a big way.
I do. What are we waiting for?
Exactly. Look, can that sort of thing carry them? I mean, I don't know. I mean, to a certain degree, the cynical part of me says it's a bit of a sugar rush. But by the same token, look where they are now. They've made up so much ground on the Braves. And that does kind of build on itself in the sense that they are recognizing again that they are a good ball club. It was really hard to see that when they were 9-19 and, you're firing the manager and you don't know what's going to happen. Now, the clouds have parted and you can see how this might go the rest of the season. I want to see the rest of the lineup hit. I would feel a whole lot better if Trey Turner were hitting better. And you're not going to face a bullpen like the Nationals in September or October. But okay, like you got to win these games too. And it's good that they're winning these games, especially the way they're winning them the last 3 nights.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I give you some instant feedback from our friend Fit Dad. When you say you're not baseball fans if you can't enjoy the way they're playing right now, he says we don't enjoy it because we know it's just setting us up for disappointment.
Yeah, look, I love Dave. I love Fit Dad. I'm a follower of his on Instagram. His content is amazing, and I know he's a passionate sports fan. I feel like I've been stuck in the role of like scolding Philly fans over the last couple of weeks. Like, you don't like the Knicks run, you don't like sports. And now if you don't like what's happening here, you don't like sports. But look, I think you have to take these smaller victories. Otherwise, you drive yourself insane. To me, it's no way to live to be waiting for the safe to fall in your head or the anvil to fall in your head, like in the old Looney Tunes cartoons. You are depriving yourself of the day-to-day enjoyment of watching a good baseball team. Baseball is not football. It's not the NFL. There aren't just 17 games of this. There are 162, and you have to get through all those 162 before you live and die with every single pitch in October. And if you can't enjoy it now, you're taking away from yourself an opportunity for joy. And I don't get that.
Well, the other thing, I disagree fundamentally with Dave in this, that I don't know if they're going to let everybody down. They could win. Like, it's not crazy to think that they could have a run to the World Series. Like, again, you have Zach Wheeler, and I know Christopher Sanchez didn't have a good start last night. He's a Cy Young candidate. You got him and Lizard. Those 3 in a series with Harper and Schwarber. I mean, it's going to keep. You can win. I'm not saying they're a lock, but you can win. So you tweak. My idea, I don't know how you figure this, but my idea is I'm all about Gage Wood as my setup guy. I have him limit his innings throughout the course of the year. I keep an eye on it. I don't rush him up here because I want to make sure that there's no book on him, that when I unleash him in the playoffs, it's a fresh look, and I'm going to scare teams. And I'm going to go with Wood and Duran and have my Sanchez, Wheeler, Lizardo.
It's an interesting thought. I was thinking about this before I came on the show. The discussion of what should the Phillies add or what should they do between now and the playoffs. And I'm a big proponent as disappointed as everybody is with the lineup and the lack of depth, you have to augment the bullpen because those are the guys who are going to be pitching major important innings for you, in the biggest games. And I am a proponent of the element of surprise. If you can create it, I'm old enough to remember, and you are too, the Angels making their run in 2002 when they beat
Rally
the Giants and
monkeys.
Barry Bonds in the World Series. Yeah, and K-Rod nobody had seen him before.
Yeah.
And I like that idea. Maybe it's not Gage Wood, but you've got to do something to augment and improve that bullpen. Whether it is maybe moving somebody out of the rotation. I know, the fact that you only have those three guys at the top, that Nola hasn't established himself as a reliable starter, does hurt you in that regard, because I would think about moving Luzardo to the pen and have him pitch 2 or 3
he's
innings at a
not
time.
good. The problem with him is he's not great in relief. And you can never bring him in with a run. It has to be a clean inning to start. There's a lot of provisions. And I just don't have anybody else that could start a game, which is why I'm going to go rely on the kid that throws fire. And, that's my element of surprise. And that's my hard throwing kid. I mean, I don't have enough to go buy Chapman, right? They don't have enough to go get him. So, and I agree. If Ranger was here, it's an easy call because you just throw Ranger in the bullpen.
Yeah, but they need to do something to augment that pen, because the starters are only going to get you so far. As great as Wheeler and Sanchez can be and have been, the likelihood that they're going to be pitching in a one-run game in the top or bottom of the 8th or 9th inning is still relatively slim. And we've seen the way modern baseball gets managed nowadays. Maybe Don Mattingly does it differently than Rob Thompson, but Rob Thompson was taking those guys out, generally speaking, in those big moments. So we'll see.
Yeah, it still cost them. When they took Wheeler out, it cost them a World Series. It's just a shame.
It did. I wrote it that night.
It was just not smart. But
it's a lot to ask of Gage Wood, but he seems. It's going to be a pressure cooker. There's expectations in this ballpark.
College in the playoffs.
Yeah, he seems like he's got the fortitude and the makeup to do it. If anyone's got it coming in as a rookie, he seems to be the kid with the attitude.
I got no other options.
I will say this, to VG's point, you need to know that about a kid like Wood. Can he handle this, right? We had a very similar conversation about Orion Kirkring back in 2023. Here's this new young kid, and he's throwing this slider, and he's striking everybody out in the regular season, and his dad's crying in the stands, and everything looks awesome and wonderful right now. And then they were afraid to pitch him, and he was afraid to a certain degree to go in there against the Diamondbacks. He couldn't throw strikes, and was it seemed like afraid to throw strikes. Mm-hmm. So, you better be sure about the kid's makeup before you throw him in a situation like that.
Yeah. No, undoubtedly. All right, the other big story is the Flyers draft. So down in Atlantic City, and it's kind of less about the draft itself tonight, which has kind of moved the franchise, a sea change in the franchise, in that it's not about the draft. For the first time in a few years, This is about what you're doing in the off season, right? And maybe deals are getting done tonight. What is your view of the Fly guys?
I understand the desire and the momentum to try to get Danny Briere to make a big trade. I get that. And I would be a proponent of them going after Dylan Larkin. To me, he seems like the perfect kind of fit. Now, as of now, it doesn't look like the Flyers are on his, wish list of teams that he'd like to go to. And I also don't think Steve Yzerman is in any hurry to grant Dylan Larkin his wish to trade him for less than market value just to get him out of there and make him happy. But I would caution this. I saw something Kevin Kurz from The Athletic put on Twitter the other day, and I kind of agreed with it, which is, they have enough young guys on this team that they're still learning about and finding out about, that you run the risk of a setback if you make the wrong kind of move where you get ahead of yourself in this rebuild. And believe me, I appreciate the excitement that they generated by beating the Penguins. last year in the playoffs and getting back to the playoffs. Totally understand it. But you haven't had Porter Martone for a full season, and you have to see what Matvei Mishkov looks like coming back from what everybody regards as a struggle in his second year. And you got to see what Owen Tippett maybe looks like coming off of that sports hernia at the end of the season. So, if they don't do anything huge, I'm not going to sit back and say, well, Danny missed his opportunity here. They're still kind of trending this way, but it's almost like they're the roller coaster that's making the slow trundle up to the top of the hill before it really starts to rocket down.
Yeah.
And the ride really gets exciting. So I'm open to like taking that ride up a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good analogy too, because like you don't want, the last thing you want to do is go off the tracks now. Like you gotta, if that means you got to deal with some noise from the fan base, then so be it. Like you can't undo what you've done so far. You got to be steadfast. I'm with you. And I do think that they're gaining some steam around the league, talking to some people. You know what's fascinating about that league? I was just thinking about this. The coaches, the GMs, everybody was a player, right? Like, unlike any other sport, even baseball, like baseball's a little bit, but like the front office, they're mostly suits. Like the front office in hockey, they all lace them up.
Yeah, and I think there might be a reason for that. I think any NHL team, any team in any sport can hire somebody to crunch the numbers and really be good about, okay, here's what we need to do cap-wise down the road, here's what we have now, etc. But I've talked to Danny and Jonesy about this, and I'm sure you have too, that they do believe, and it is prevalent throughout the league, where they feel like they can look at a guy. The eye test seems to matter much more in hockey than it does everywhere else. That, this guy might be putting up numbers and juniors and the minors for the NHL team during the regular season, but I can see things that tell me whether he can actually be a guy we can win with when things really start to matter.
Yes.
And I feel like everybody, whether it's a Briere, an Yzerman, a Joe Sakic back in the day, all Brendan Shanahan, all these guys feel like they have that. And it's probably more prevalent in the NHL than it is in any other league.
I agree. It's funny because I do think sometimes it's what's missing in the other leagues is that the ability to sniff it out.
Right.
Like,
like the Knicks saw it, whether it was Leon Rose or Worldwide West or whoever, saw it in Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Like this kid has it. And it doesn't matter that he's undersized, and it doesn't matter that he was a second-round pick. He's got the thing that we need. And there doesn't seem to be as much of like pinpointing that in the NBA as there is in the NHL.
Yeah, it's true. Speaking of which, do you like the pick? You like Philo?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a little bit of him in Alabama. I liked him. They're at the stage now. We've talked about this, right? Like they're at the stage you just got to get good players.
Yeah.
Who whatever they look like. This is not like drafting puzzle pieces where we've got to fit a 3-and-D, or we've got to fit a center or size, somebody to back up Embiid. You're not looking at it that way. You're just looking like we need more good players, and whatever those guys look like, we'll figure it out later. And, Dave Murphy had a great column today on Inquirer.com about like, nobody should be thinking about, did they draft a guy who's going to help them win a championship this year? No, like they drafted a guy who like might be fun to watch. And VJ and Tyrese are already fun to watch. So kind of look at it that way and draw the pleasure. It gets back to what we were just saying about the Phils, right? Like derive your pleasure from watching the Sixers, from watching these guys, as opposed to like whether they're going to take down the Knicks, because they're not going to take down the Knicks or whoever else replaces the Knicks in the East.
No, yeah, they're light years from a
title
being a contender. So I'm the same way. Murph and I talked about this. To me, you just gotta. I agree. Get pieces and you're building around the two bad contracts, right? Around George and Embiid. At some point you'll get through that and move them or whatever. But you got to build a team that goes well beyond those two.
Yeah, you got to build the team as if those guys aren't even there.
Yes.
In a way.
Yes.
They're there and they're going to limit what you can do and who you can acquire and what moves you can make. but you got to think as if they're not there. And I think you saw Mike Gansey speak, about those circumstances very well in his introductory press conference. He didn't come in saying like, well, we've got Joel Embiid, and when he's healthy, he's one of the 10 best players in the league. It was like, yeah, we've got Joel, and whatever we get from him is great, but Tyrese and VJ are where it's at for us right now.
Actually, I hate to say it, I actually like Gansey. I like what I've been saying this all week.
I've been saying he's gaga for Gansey all week.
I like him. I like his attitude. I think he knows ball, and it's an honest approach, which is we're not just a role player away. We're not kissing Joe's ass. It's like we're going to go in. We're just going to build a team. We're going to play ball. I appreciate that because Maury was odd, to put it kindly, right? Like eccentric. I'm done with big collars and the smartest guy in the room and the guy that can split an atom and a guy that doesn't watch the game but just looks at numbers and he's the beautiful mind. I'm done with that. Give me a basketball guy.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before. I think the Sixers have tried to shortcut their way to a championship or to excellence. And what it's led to, it didn't lead to it, but this was kind of part of their problem, was a lack of identity. They don't know who they are or who they want to be. And so they've grasped at a bunch of different things over the last 10 to 15 years. Oh, we're going to play bully ball, or we're going to get all these Euro shooters, or we're going to create an amazing starting five, or we're going to pick and roll teams to death with Embiid and Harden. And it's like, you got to know what you're looking for. Just bring in good people who hire and acquire other good people. That's kind of what the Eagles have done, right? Like, yeah, they have kind of a core philosophy about how they want to play on offense. But the bottom line is they went and got Vic Fangio, and they drafted some really good players, and they signed Saquon Barkley, and they just have good, smart people around the organization. And when they need to adjust or shift, they're able to do that because they have good people here.
All right. Speaking of the Eagles, I don't know why I had a dream that, and I'll ask you to decipher it, that I had a dream that I was at the Palladium with Vic Fangio. And we were pitcher of beer, and there was cheese fries and whatever in front of us. I could see it. I could see the table. I've sat at that table a million times.
Sure.
Decipher that for me.
I don't know. I haven't dreamed about Vic Fangio ever in my life. I feel like you're lying on a black couch and I'm sitting kind of behind it. Does this make me Dr. Melfi?
Yes.
And you, Tony
Yeah.
Soprano?
Yes. Yes.
Look, I think that's the strength of the team. I think if you're thinking about the Eagles, and you clearly are, you are looking at them and saying, look at what Vic has to work with on the defensive side of the ball. You have to be pretty excited about that. The Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean are entering their third seasons, and Reek Woolen has the potential to be a much better number 2 corner than what they've had the last, year or so. And that's where the strength of this team is going to be. That defense is going to hold them in there. So I'd imagine, you as someone who loves the Eagles is thinking about this team and kind of rubbing his hands together, metaphorically speaking, and like, I want to see what he does this year. Unless there's something else going on, in which case I am not the person you need to speak to about these things.
That's why you're the best. What do you got cooking? Do you have a big fencing tournament tonight?
No, actually, I am in a bagel shop in Bryn Mawr. My son Evan is at the play-by-play sports broadcasting camp all week at Villanova that Jeremy Treatman
I've
and
done
Neil
that.
Hartman run.
Yes, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's his last day of doing this. And we are leaving on vacation on Sunday. So I have a gigantic piece about someone, I'm not going to tell you who, but it's someone who is very near and dear to your guys' hearts and to my heart. And I'm writing this piece about this person. I got to file it today so that that's off my plate before I go away on vacation.
Ooh, when's he going to run?
The first week of July.
Oh, that's awesome. I cannot wait.
Yeah. And you know this person, and you have spent time with this person, and I think you will enjoy reading about this person.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come on the day it drops.
Well, you'll be on.
Yeah, well, you might have to get the person on too.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm looking forward to this. This is awesome. Where you
Do,
headed
do I
on
know how?
vacation?
I should write movie trailers. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
should. You got me go. I bought the ticket. I want to go see the movie. I'm dying.
In a world where a sports writer has an article dropping,
Where you headed?
we're going on a cruise to the Bahamas. My in-laws booked us on a cruise to the Bahamas. Big family get together. So it should be
Beautiful.
fun. I've never been on a cruise before, and so we'll see how it goes.
That's awesome. That's great. Listen, you have a great time, brother. All right.
All right, thanks,
you
guys.
enjoy
Appreciate
it. Get some R&R. Good family time.
All right, I will. It was good to see you. I'll see you guys when I get back.
See you, pal.
See you, Mike.
There he is, the great Mike Sielski.
You cruise? Have you been on a cruise?
Never.
Me neither.
I've never been on a cruise.
Me neither. You, Julia?
In high school, I went. It's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
It was like around the Caymans, and we
Oh,
like
wow.
jumped off and off. There's like so much to do. I'm sure it's changed a lot since then. It was like 20 years ago, but it's wild.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it again. I don't think.
No.
I'm not a big. I don't. There's nothing appealing.
No, I don't. I feel
I like
trapped on it.
ocean, but I don't want. I don't like. I like a smaller. Like if I'm going to be on a boat,
Yeah.
I would love to do that, but I don't want to be on some cruise ship. It's just not my thing. I like. First of all, if I go to people that go on cruises to Europe, I never understand because they're like, well, you can have all these, all these ports. The whole point is like, I don't want to share it. Like, I don't want to have to go on and on the ship, back on the ship. Hey, I want to experience life the way they live it.
Yeah, my thing is because you get the day to wander, and then at night you're back on the boat. But I
Yeah.
like wandering the pubs in the
Yeah,
city at night,
exactly.
staying out late,
Yeah, I agree.
being with the people. I don't want to
Yeah.
be with the cruise people.
No.
No.
I
I mean, I live amongst the cruise people.
agree.
Just Americans.
There's nothing appealing. And they go, well, you have all this, food and everything else.
Yeah,
all right.
People love how much can you eat?
Well,
I'm
that's
a
the
big
thing.
fan
Like,
of-
after a while, you get sick. Like, I don't want to eat. I want to go have a nice meal in wherever place I'm at.
right? Yeah,
And
something
I'm
that's been
happy.
around for 100 years.
Right.
Go eat there.
Like, and eat what they eat.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat hamburgers all
Yeah,
day.
I'm with you, but I have some people. The guy who fixes my refrigerator, he's like, "Oh, we got to get you on a cruise with us."
I know.
Like, it's great.
They love it.
Yeah,
The open bar. Like, I
Yeah.
get it. Listen,
little casino.
right. The pool. I just,
Now back in the day,
and I've always been more of a beach guy than a pool guy.
yeah, me too.
Like, I'd rather be on a beach.
Mhm. Back in the day, Pegan's one work friend, she's from Genoa. It's a big port city.
Yeah.
So her dad was like Captain Stubing on the Love Boat, and she'd be like Julie hanging out on the boat. But back in the day, he got a cut of the casino. He was making mad bank as captain of the cruise.
Oh
ship.
my God. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Genoa's is that port city.
Yeah.
Right? It's a cool city.
Is it?
I was here
She keeps trying to get us to go there.
You should. I was there years ago. I mean, I was in my 20s, and it was a cool
It's
town.
acceptable for being up north, kind of north.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a cool city.
Okay.
It's a cool setup. No, I love the North. I love Venice and
Mhm.
Milan and Florence, but that's a dynamite. That's a cool spot.
Okay.
I like it. I don't know. I had this dream about Fangio.
Yeah, it's like you're fanboying. It's like me dreaming about partying with Motley Crue backstage back in the 80s. Like, you're just fanboying.
I dream about an old man.
Yeah, you're fan. You want to hang out with the cool guys, the cool kids at the Palladium. It's like your old stomping ground. You want to hang out.
I don't know. I was like, wow, that was weird.
Yeah.
And there really nothing happened. We were just kind of talking football.
What were you eating?
I don't know. I
French
remember
fries?
the cheese fries.
Cheese fries. That's it. I love cheese fries.
There was the cheese fries in the Palladium, like in front of us.
That's one of my go-tos, hanging cheese fries.
Yeah,
Nice
because you
little
know
picky
why?
food.
It's slow. It's
Yeah.
like you're not looking to really eat. You're looking to just,
Yeah. Yes.
and it goes good with beer.
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
That's it. We had baseball. It's like it was a good night.
You had a baseball game last night?
No, we have a tournament starting tomorrow.
Rain in the morning tomorrow, right?
We have a game. We have two games, 9 and 11:30.
It might be.
Are they out? We watch?
Susario was saying rain in the morning. Should clear up in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wonder what AccuVinny says.
Toots taking shots at AccuVinny
Oh,
in
yeah?
our soccer chat.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, we bet Vinny Jr. to score. He's like, Vinny Jr. greater than AccuVinny.
I missed that. Oh, that's hysterical. All right. Let's take a quick TO, come back, and we need some TV Todd. What's the matter? What happened?
Mickey Dirk.
What did Mickey say?
I had a dream. I was partying with Ben at a dentist office, sniffing laughing gas.
Oh, do you have the Ben picture that Mickey did? This is one of the greatest ever. All right? This is one of the greatest. Mickey Durkin, our buddy Mickey did this. And this is Ben, our boy Ben.
Yeah. The orthodontist. Oh. That's such a great pull pulling the Pacers.
It is. He looks like Detlef Schrempf. He's Schrempf.
That is a great Photoshop mock-up.
That is the greatest. I can't wait till Monday. We're having a big all-city day, right? Like, so a big day with us, our company. And so Skinny Joe is just going to cater. So we're going to get Snuff to be with Ben.
Oh, all right, yeah.
All right, that'll be first class.
All right. Oh, man, awesome.
All right. There you go. We got to film that class.
Yes, we do.
All right. Let's take a quick TO. Come right back. Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. How many games we got today?
Today we
on the World Cup stage.
So the one I was thinking about tomorrow is the one you want to bet the under. It's Austria and Algeria. Both teams want to lose because the winner plays Spain.
Oh, wow.
So bet the under on that one.
They both want to lose?
Yeah, no one wants to play Spain. They both get in with a loss, but the winner.
But that's weak.
Yeah, that's this knockout. This round before the knockout, the games are a little odd.
Yeah, very
Belgium plays today. They gotta win. I would bet that.
You got Belgium today?
Yeah. And Egypt, Iran is meaningful. I mean, winner gets in. I'd say both teams to score there, plus 105.
All right, there you go. Check it all out. It's Soccer Palooza on the app. And so much stuff, odds boost, everything else. New customers get 500 spins on the new slot game. Go, 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 collect them. BetParks.com is all the details. Going to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. You know it's officially summer when Hoagie Fest comes back to Wawa. I got to ask you, what's your Wawa order? Mine, I'm going classic Italian. I love my Wawa hoagies. Hoagie Fest is back this year, bringing even more value to the table. Right now, you get a shorty hoagie, wrap, or chicken sandwich, plus a bag of Hers chips and a small fountain drink for $6. You're extra hungry? It's only $8 for a classic meal. Whether you're grabbing lunch between meetings, fueling up before a game, or making a quick stop on a summer road trip, it's an easy, delicious meal at a great price. I love it. We stop on the way to baseball. Hoagie Fest, fuel up after, between games. Big flavor, great value, same Hoagie Fest energy we all know and love. But it's only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. Gotta have Wawa.
Act like a man. You can't handle the truth.
It's time for TV Todd.
There he is, Todd.
Am I on?
You're on.
Okay, good. I couldn't hear the intro or anything.
Okay, yeah, we got poor Jules. Got
I know
tech issues.
She's all
work through. You never know what the equipment is so finicky. Like you never know what is working and what's not working.
Yeah, well, at least you have someone like Jules at the helm can figure it out.
Exactly, buddy. So we had Jonesy on today.
Heard it.
And what are you thinking going into the draft tonight? Where's your head at, Mr. Flyer?
Well, you know what? This is a weird one. Very different than last year, right? I mean, last year we were at the top. We knew what we were going to be doing. I think, this year anything could happen. I don't know if we'll be picking at the spot we're in now. I mean, we have a lot of assets. Jonesy, listen, the thing about Danny and Jonesy, which I actually love about them, and I know that a lot of fans disagree with me, they keep everything very, very close to the vest. Think about how these guys handled the Cutter situation. Nobody knew, still to this day, nobody really knows the story there fully, but that's what makes these guys credible and respectable in the league.
Yes.
So everybody knows if they're going to talk to them, they're not going to go running and spouting to the media or anything like that. I love when Jonesy said, if you've read it, it's probably not what we're working on. So at the end of the day, I think this is a draft where it's not even just about tonight, right? It's about what we do over the next few weeks or months.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know. If we pick at our spot, we're probably going to go after that big, giant defenseman. What's his name? Sielski or something along those lines. There's a couple of wingers out there, Klepov, whatever. I don't know what to expect. We all know what the team's needs are. We short up our goaltending. We need centers. We need defensemen. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you're.
But if the best player on the board's a winger, you got to grab the winger, right? We're not in a spot where we got to pick for position.
I agree. I always think maybe I'm wrong.
Draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm always of the opinion that, most of the time, you go for the best player on the board. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's usually
how
the
I
smart
feel.
thing to do.
Yeah. But you know what but I guess Sielski may have touched upon this a little bit. I agree. Like, as much as we all want the splashy big announcement, I don't want to gut the core and I don't want to deviate from the path that we're on. And I feel like these guys are good stewards.
Yeah. I mean, he said it. Like, we talked about this. Like, you could easily take a step and undo everything you've done. Like, that's the last thing you need to do. You've made a lot of strides. Like, just don't, get it off the tracks.
Yeah, I have a little bit of trust. I think these guys earned a little bit of trust from us, and I think we just have to let that play out.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. All right, buddy. It's going to rain a lot of the weekend. So what are we looking at? What are we watching? What do you got cooking?
Cuz this is one of those days where I have this list in front of me, right? And I'm like, I got to know how much time Cuz has because I don't want to overstay my welcome here. I could talk for hours on what's out right now. And I have about 6 documentaries right now that I've been watching and loving, like 6.
Wow.
Like documentaries right now at the end, the beginning of summer right now are really out there in a big way. And I've watched some amazing documentaries. So we'll get to that in a second. The big series this weekend that everybody's going to be binging, it's going to be the biggest series by far, is The Bear. It's the final season. So this is it. Hulu, thank you, releases all the episodes at one time. So everyone's going to be binging that this weekend. There's no doubt in my mind. That's going to be
Let me ask you your advice here. I watched the first season. Like, my wife and I watched a good bit of the first season, and somehow we got off it. She wound up getting back on it without me, which I always thought was a violation. But
I agree.
Whatever. And I have not gone back. Should I go back to it? I feel like I know the story, and I'm like,
I have to tell you that no season has been as strong as that first season. In my opinion, they could have ended the show after that first season.
Yeah.
It was a perfect story arc. The ending was a surprise. I'm not saying the show isn't good and worth continuing to watch if you're already watching, but there's, most of the seasons have been very slow, absent maybe 1 or 2 episodes. And those episodes, it's kind of like, remember why we loved Successions and Billions? Because each episode would be like, and now they're in Alaska on a retreat. Or now they're in this. The episodes that I thought were great for The Bear were around specific events. 7 Fishes night, like there's a couple episodes in every season that really get you and are very dramatic, beautifully acted, beautifully written. but for the most part, it is a slow burn, the series.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe you're interested in watching the end to see what happens to the characters, but it's not one I would tell you have to absolutely go back and watch.
That's my feeling on it. Like, that was exactly kind of made up my mind, because that was kind of how I looked at the show. Like, you know.
I'm out. I got halfway through the second season. I was like, yeah. First one, they ended it on that one shot, right? That one shot, one take, one shot. That was, they should have just ended it there.
It was a beautiful season.
Yes.
The first season was beautiful.
Yes.
And it was so incredible, emotional, and at the very end, when you find out, like, I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't watched it yet, but it was really something special. But what's funny about it is, like, the Bear, obviously everyone's going to keep watching. A lot of people, once you're invested in a series, they feel like an obligation to keep going, right? So, but that's a heavy series. I applaud the writing, the acting. It's a slow kind of series, right? Then on the other hand, I like to watch these trends. The number one series on Netflix right now is a series called I Will Find You. And it's one of these Harlan Coben movies. And Harlan Coben, if you've ever read any of his books, he's a very formulaic writer, like most successful writers. His stories take twisty turns, and you got to suspend disbelief for a lot of them. And that's the way his movies are. They didn't want to deviate the feel of his books when they made the movie. So some could watch the movies and be like, that's a little cheesy at parts, or that's weird. I don't get that. That storyline doesn't work. But yet it's a fun ride for people. People love to isn't it nice sometimes to not have to question all that and just enjoy the ride?
Yes.
And I think that's why a series like I Will Find You does well. I watched it. My wife and daughter watched it. We really enjoyed it, even though there's parts of it that are ridiculous. But we really enjoyed it. The Bear is one where it's a little heavier. It's a little deeper. You have to probably work a little harder to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's a good comp.
Yeah. So there's also the other series that's dropped starting today is one that I welcome this series, because I don't need to see Larry David or hear Larry David talk about the Knicks. That I'm done. I'm over that. Let's move forward, right, with these guys. Larry David goes back to what we want to hear him talk about, which is his take on everyday life, right? The little things, the little annoyances that we all have.
Curbs out?
No. So this is a brand new series, and it's called Life, Larry, and the Pursuit of Unhappiness. And what it is, it's an HBO series, and it was designed and created around the 250th anniversary of the United States. And he goes through, it's all improvised. He goes through major events in American history, and they improvise them in the same Curb kind of way, making fun of things that happened back then. And there's, everybody's in it. Bill Hader is like Abraham Lincoln. Catherine Hahn is Mary Todd Lincoln. John Hamm's in it. Sean Hayes, Jerry Seinfeld, Parnell, Susie Essman, Vince Vaughn, Rita Wilson. Everybody's in this. Greg Kinnear, they're all in this. Barack Obama's in this. He's one of the producers. And it's gonna be fun. It's like 7 episodes or so, and the reviews are like it's basically Curb Your Enthusiasm, but set over various historical moments over the 250 years.
So is it a scripted thing?
No, it's the same, just like Curb, where they write like a premise,
right?
And
It's acted.
Yeah. It's improvised.
Not them reacting to, I'm trying to think about what it is. It's not them reacting to history and.
No, they take a historical event
and they relive it, like they read
it. And they act as the characters in that time, but with the common annoyances and Curb stuff that we experience today.
So
it's got that whole
whole way.
That's right.
Is it like a Larry David version of Drunk History?
That's exactly how it's being described, VG.
Okay.
That's exactly how it's being described. It's like a funny take on history through the eyes of Larry David.
All right.
So, it's one of those shows for around the anniversary. It seems kind of fun for people who want more Curb.
Yeah.
I think this would be satisfying.
I mean, in fact, recently I have stuff on if I'm working on something, and I'll have stuff that I've seen before on, just as I like the background. And, I had the curb thing running. It's just so good. It was just brilliant. Like the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's
great.
so much better than Seinfeld. Like, it's
Yeah.
amazing how much better it is than Seinfeld.
Well, it's different. I don't like everybody compares the two. It's hard to compare the two. You're talking about a multi-camera sitcom. It's very different, but it certainly gives you insight as to who the driving force was behind Seinfeld. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just enjoy it. I just the best. Like there was I saw the one where he's with the rapper because Wanda is dating the rapper, and Larry's popping up bubbles. Larry, it was hello, Mr. Crazy Eyes Killer. Like it's hysterical. Like it's just funny. Like
you know what? We should do a show. We should do a show one time where all we talk about are shows what are the shows that we keep in the background, like when we're doing other things that just we love. Like they're like soul. They feed the soul. They give us comfort. They're like it's like another person in the room with you. Like
yes.
My show like I do that too. My show right now is Portlandia.
Okay.
I love Portlandia. I just let it run and run and run. It makes me laugh all the time.
Yeah. It's stuff. It's great stuff. What else?
So we got those two are the big, releases, series wise. Movie wise, releasing for streaming. We'll start with streaming first, then we'll get to theatrical. But streaming, we got a whole bunch. We got another one of these horror films, that was made for $500,000. That's already made like 22 million, and now goes to streaming. VG, you may have seen this. It's called Undertone.
No.
And it's about this podcast host who's covering like content and, there's paranormal encounters, that sort of thing. It was, again, it's a Canadian film, was made for $500,000 and, made gobs of money in the theaters and hit streaming, HBO Max, starting tonight. So I love a good low budget, successful horror film. So I'll be dialing that one up. People are, into, it's not necessarily my genre, but Little Brother comes out today on Netflix, which is John Cena and Eric Andre. I do like Eric Andre. I'm a big fan of his, stunt kind of comedy. But it's like an odd couple. Like Eric Andre is like an eccentric little brother that Cena didn't know about or something like that. It's it's like Jackass meets that kind of genre. People who like that kind of stuff and like Cena and like Eric Andre are going to love it. I have a feeling you and I could just generate the storyline right now and probably nail it. But it's a big Netflix comedy that I'm sure will be number one when we're talking next week. You know, so that's out. There's a remake of a 1949 movie that was called Kind Hearts and Coronets. And it's a movie called How to Make a Killing. And it's, number one, I think maybe on HBO Max at this point. But it basically is Glenn Powell, who's like this guy who was left out of a family that's very successful, and he's the heir to a fortune, but 7 people are in front of him, so he begins to start knocking the 7 off. It was very, very highly hyped. Ed Harris is in it, Margaret Qualley. Like, it was very heavily hyped. Didn't do great in the theaters. It's got some flaws. I will admit it's got some flaws. But at the ending, I got to the end and I was like, you know what? I really enjoyed that. And it's number one on HBO Max. That's a good one, like, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, family night kind of thing. So I think that one, How to Make a Killing, will be good. The other one is a movie called Good Luck, Have Fun, which is Sam Rockwell and Juno Temple. And he's a guy who arrives from the future to try to save the planet from AI and all that kind of stuff. So that's a fun one. It didn't do great in the theaters, but was heavily hyped and is already like trending at top 1 or 2. The last one I'll tell you is a family movie. This is one to watch with family, kids, whatever. It's this movie called The Sheep Detectives. And while it sounds like a silly premise, it's really, really good. It's like 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Huge cast, Hugh Jackman, Emma Thompson, Bryan Cranston, Brett Goldstein. So basically, The story is this guy is a shepherd. He's a shepherd and he loves to read murder mysteries to the sheep. So he reads to his flock and he's found dead. And the sheep then go off to try to solve his murder. I know it sounds like a silly premise, but it's a really fun live action movie. And this is a great one for the families. It's doing so well. Like,
so it's not
like,
animated.
No, it's CGI and this and that. And it's one that the ratings are super high for people already watching it at home with families. And that's one that I think it's like it may
We're
be
always
Amazon.
looking for something to watch with the boys. So
well, yeah, you gotta switch it up a little bit. But this movie seems really fun.
Yeah.
So that's one to watch.
You down with the Sheep Detective?
I mean, I'm open minded. I need something to watch with the kids. All we watch is Sandler.
Oh, all right.
Like we just watch Adam Sandler constantly.
Do your kids watch, because apropos to today, the final Jackass movie comes out in the theater?
Dude, the reviews
Jackass,
on this are
that's the final.
ridiculous.
Ridiculously good or bad?
Good. Like
Of course they are. Of course they are, because the movie, every one of their movies has been hilarious.
It's like 86% on Rotten Tomatoes by the critics and stuff.
Of course.
It's unbelievable.
Because this is still, listen, what you've all seen the movie Idiocracy, and some would argue that Idiocracy sort of laid out exactly where we are and where we're going. And remember what the only show was left in the world after we destroyed the United States? It was a show called Ow My Balls, where people just get kicked in the balls. That's basically Jackass. So at the end of the day, it's great. The four movies before it are all streaming on Paramount Plus. Everyone's hilarious. I'm going to see this movie in the theaters. I love the Jackass movies.
Hey, real quick, brother, we're going to take a quick TO.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our friends. Let's talk about TrueMark Credit Union. Let's talk about something we like that actually rewards us for spending money. Like, we already have a bunch of stuff that we have to spend on, right? Everyday items, such as gas, right? It's exactly what you get with the Everyday Elite Visa credit card from TrueMark Credit Union. Up to 4% cash back on eligible everyday purchases. I mean, stuff like, again, gas, food, and all, you name it. And for a limited time, new card holders also get a 0% introductory APR on purchases for the first 12 months, then 17.99 APR after that. More cash back, less catch. Apply today at TrueMark.com or stop by any of the TrueMark Union's 24 branch locations. Rates based on credit worthiness, 4% cash back on eligible purchases. Bonus categories capped annually. Restrictions apply. Visit TrueMark.com for details. Insured by the NCUA. Now let's talk about Dick's Sporting Goods. I got a tournament, our last one. I'm actually sad. Whatever it is you got cooking, whether it's summer baseball or soccer or softball, or you're getting ready, like pretty soon we got football season around the corner. Once we get through July, let's go. You're getting ready to all this stuff. Dick's Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything you need this season. Jerseys and fan gear to gear up for all the events, right? For all your teams, support them, all the equipment you need, gloves, cleats, bats, balls, mouth guards, you name it. It's easy to stop by your local Dick's Sporting Goods store anywhere around the Philadelphia area or shop anytime at Dicks.com before the next big game, whether you're heading to the stadium or just out back with friends. Make your first stop Dick's Sporting Goods because summer sports starts here. That's right. All right, wrapping up with our man, TV Todd.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You got one thing for the theaters?
Jackass is the big movie in the theaters. But I'm
sorry.
going to rattle off in 30 seconds here. I'm going to rattle off a bunch of documentaries I think your fans
that's what I meant to
watch. Yeah. I really think, okay, if you're into pop culture and music, amazing documentaries. The first one is Lorne Michaels' documentary about Lorne Michaels, creator of SNL. You think you've heard the story before. I guarantee you haven't. Morgan Neville did the documentary, one of the best documentarian filmmakers there is today. That's on Peacock. Loved it. Then 2 music documentaries. There's a documentary about Earth, Wind, and Fire on HBO Max.
Wow.
Amazing. Amazing. Even I didn't know the history about Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Questlove directs it, produced it. It's fantastic. And what
Little Maurice White action.
Oh my God, these guys were so groundbreaking, and I didn't even really understand it because I was too young. I just loved the music. But at the end of the day, great documentary by Questlove, Philly's own. So check that out. And the last one, you again, you may be like, I'm out on this. Baz Luhrmann did that documentary where he followed took all the footage from Elvis Presley's run at the Vegas residency towards the end of his career from like 69 to 77 or something like that. Amazing, incredible. The footage is incredible. You never see a side of Elvis Presley like this, ever, ever, ever. It's not about the controversy, this and that. It's about his joy of performing for people and his joy for doing what he did, like the music, the cultural impact. It's so good. Baz Luhrmann did an amazing job. So those three are great. The last two I'm going to give you, there's two documentaries, health related. One is called Andre is an Idiot, big Sundance movie on Netflix or series on Netflix. It's about this guy who was diagnosed with cancer, terminal cancer, and he went back on this philosophical journey. It's fantastic. It's funny. It's poignant. And then I'll contrast that with Kara Swisher's new series on HBO Max called Kara Swisher Wants to Live Forever, where it's a series where she goes out and explores health, AI, how we can do things to live a lot longer, how people are living longer. AI is really creeping people out in that it may allow people to live to 100, 120, 140, crazy.
Right.
So anyway, lots of great learning stuff through documentaries if your audience is into it.
That's good stuff, my brother. Listen, we love you, buddy. Have a great weekend. Go Flyers.
You do the same. Let's go Flyers.
Love it. All right. Coming up in Love Philly, legs.
Leg day.
Leg day. Gotta love leg day. We'll have some VG's Nugs, and we'll have some Bill Matz.
All right.
That's all coming up. But Love Philly starts now. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. It's not just the title of Philly. It's a feeling. It's a heartbeat. A city that never asked for permission to be itself. That's us, right? That's our personality. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. And now in 2026, the world comes back to Philadelphia. Not just to remember, but to celebrate. The show isn't just about what's happening. It's about who we are while it's happening. Because Philadelphia isn't a backdrop. It's a character. It's the voice that tells it like it is. The guy at the end of the bar who doesn't sugarcoat a thing. It's the family that's been on the same block for generations. It's the artist, the athlete, the builder, the believer. It's the lifer, the dreamers, the grinders. It's all of us. And that's what Love Philly's about. We're going to sit with people that make this place go. The ones who built it, the ones carrying it, the ones pushing it forward. The legends who left their mark. Not just the championships, not just the headlines, but the moments in between. The way the city shows up for itself, the way it refuses to be anything other than real. And through it all, we're going to remind ourselves and show the world what Philadelphia is. It's not just a stereotype. It's not a punchline. It's a foundation. It's a force. It's a city that gave birth to a nation and never stopped building. So as the country turns 250 and the spotlight finds Philadelphia again, this is our moment to tell the story the right way. Not polished, not filtered, real, authentic, proud. Because this city just doesn't rise to the occasion. It defines it. This is Love Philly. Wawa loves Philly. Philly loves Wawa. That's right. And we love our Wawa. Thanks for our big sponsor. Now joining us It's leg day.
Leg day.
The premier analysts, ABC, ESPN, just crushed it all playoff long.
Killed it.
Oh, my God. He's the greatest. Our own Legs. Oh, we don't have, dude, you were great.
Can you hear me?
We got you. You got us?
All right. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's
Dude,
go.
you were unbelievable during this playoffs. You crushed it, man.
Dude, man. I appreciate you, brother. It was fun, man. It's the most fun it's the most rewarding year I think I've had at ESPN, man. To getting a chance to sit there for the NBA Finals and all the long list of guys that have been an analyst in that chair. And what a series. I mean, you had 5 incredible finishes in a row, which is all you can really ask for as an analyst. Sat next to Mike Breen, the ultimate play-by-play guy, Richard Jefferson. Hopefully the people think we delivered, man, because this series was incredible. Hopefully our broadcast lived up to it.
I thought it was awesome. I did. I thought it was incredible. And yeah, I mean, you called the Knicks finally winning. Like, what, like, think about that. Like, you know, we talk about this a lot about, you know, our area, obviously, Eagles fans and what it meant when they first won their Super Bowl, right? This Knicks thing, there's been generations of people that, and the Knicks are the ones, because they have multiple franchises up there, that brings everybody together.
Yeah, well, think about it. Mike Breen was like 9 years old, I think, something like that, when the Knicks won a championship. Okay, so now it's Philadelphia's on the clock, right? Because you look at the major markets around the country in the NBA, and it's hard to believe, first of all, that it's a city like New York that loves its hoops the way they do. You know, high school youth pipeline to the D1 programs in the country, one of the best AAU cities in the country. I can say the same thing about Philadelphia. It's one of the best high school development programs in leagues, Philadelphia Catholic League, Public League, in the entire country. A ton of top flight AAU programs. You got 6 Division I programs. And to think that they've gone 43 years in Philadelphia without an NBA title, 53 in New York, it's really incredible. It's hard to believe, really. And now you check the box. New York's off that list. So now if you look at the Sixers, man, and you hope it happens for them one day, because I've seen a fan base there. I've lived that area obviously for a long time. You know how starved people are in Philadelphia for this to happen for this team, just like they were for the Eagles. And the Eagles finally broke through, and you saw the reaction to that in the city. They went on and got another one since then. So sometimes you just got to get that first one, man. It can lead to good things. But now you know how starved they are for a title in the basketball world, just like they were in New York. And you saw the reaction. I personally have not been in a basketball environment as a broadcaster, or even when I played like I was at Madison Square Garden throughout this run by the Knicks. Not only the final series, but really earlier, Atlanta, Philly, Cleveland, and then obviously on to the NBA Finals. That's how badly they wanted it, how much it meant to that fan base, and I know it would be the same way for Philadelphia.
Yeah, the thing that's still stunning is that, I mean, obviously San Antonio showed its youth. It had a chance to win every game. Like they were every game blown leads. It was like something would happen to them toward the end of the game that would shift. And, you know, the Knicks obviously were the ones that were the impetus for it.
Well, you let me go take, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. If you just let me go back into a time capsule, go back in time and give me one possession that I could flip in that series, one possession in each game, and I could easily create a sweep for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're talking about. The margins were that thin. You go back to game 1, Wemby has a pull-up jumper, basically a good makeable 18-foot. I don't know why he fell down on that shot, but he did. That's like the new thing now, fall down on jump shots. But if he stays on his feet, he might knock it down. You go back to game 2, they throw the outlet pass away with it in a tie game, coming up the floor to win the game. You go back, you know, game 3, nail biter. Game 4, you get obviously the 29-point comeback. You get the OG tip. So there's the margin for error and between winning and losing were so narrow in this series. But you're right. You hit it on the head. It comes down to this. Spurs were not ready. They were not ready for this. 3 guys, their best 3 players, 22 and under. They'd gone from out of the playoffs to the finals with a chance to win. Like usually there is a progression of growing pains, and they got theirs this year, and they're going to come back better for it. It might be the best thing ever happened to them in the long term with what they could potentially do to this league for the next decade with that young top tier talent base that, with Wembanyama and Castle and Harper at the top, other nice young players as well. I mean, Carter Bryant's going to be a player. So this is a franchise that's poised for a long run again. It almost wouldn't have been fair to the rest of the league if they got it right off the bat, in their first time through the playoffs. So they have to learn from it. They didn't have an identity of how they wanted to close games because they're young. Their head coach is young. Yeah. I think the guy is really, really smart. If you'd spent 15 minutes with Mitch Johnson, you would love him. Great communicator. He's always got something super intelligent to say. His words carry weight. He commands leadership. He can get into guys when they need it. All of those things. He's got it all, man. They're just young collectively. They hadn't gone through it. They didn't handle it very well when the game was on the line, and the Knicks have a clear-cut identity of where they're going with the basketball, and you see the result of that.
Well, it's funny, man, Brunson, I mean, could you get a better finisher? Like, would you think about what he's done? So we had Jay on, I don't know, last week before, and he was telling me a story about how Brunson called him after one of the games, and he's like, man, he was like, I suck. I need to figure it out. I need to figure out how to get loose and how to get my shots. And man, the dude just figured it out. Like I marvel on his size. He's just a closer, man. Winner.
I described him as the most improbable, unstoppable player you'll ever watch in your life because you look at him. He's not the quickest guy on the floor. Every night there are quicker guards on the court. He's certainly not the biggest. He doesn't play with verticality. He plays on the ground. He's got great strength, balance, footwork, touch, and IQ. It's 5 things. And actually, he's got 6 because the other one is that quality that you can't even quantify. And that is the belief internally when the stakes are raised. And that separates him from a lot of guys in this league because the way he operates when his team has to have it is unique. The other thing, Anthony, he doesn't need certain things like that have to happen for him on a given night. For instance, he doesn't have to make step back threes. Like there are scorers in this league that if that shot dries up, you're in trouble because they're taking 6, 8 of those a game. That's the shot they go to in a big spot because they can get it off whenever they want. Well, if that shot dries up, you're in trouble. He doesn't need or have to get to the foul line 10, 12 times. And that's like a big part of his game. He's had games where he gets there 6 times. Yeah. And he's still the most dominant player on the floor. He doesn't have to be at the rim like some guys in this league do that are either big guys or even guards that like that's their nature. They're attacking, slashing style. He doesn't have to do that because he's mastered that area of the floor. He can get to his spot and he can get his shot off when he needs to. He's crafty enough with the ball. He's always on balance. You can never really knock him off his line with his handle. And I was sitting there, listen to me. I watched for 5 games, Jalen Brunson get picked up 80 feet up the floor by guys that should be an absolute nightmare to advance the ball against. Forget advancing the ball. That's one thing. How about advance the ball, give it up, get it back later in the possession, and now go operate a ball screen or ISO and get whatever you want. You know the stamina it takes to bring the ball to the floor against guys like Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell, even a kid like Carter Bryant. The minutes that he got, they're picking him up 80 feet, and they don't really have another guy that you can trust other than probably Alvarado coming off the bench to advance the ball against pressure. It's one thing to say, okay, straight line dribble drive in the half court. Bridges and Anunoby can do that. Cat can do that. That's different than, Brunson is a little bit tired, man. So can somebody else advance the ball and get turned 3 times by the time you get to half court and still control the ball and look like you look secure? They just don't have that in their starting lineup. So the pressure was on him. Advance it, give it up, get it back, and now go finish possessions. I cannot say enough for what I just witnessed.
That's such a great point Because
and
like
how
you
great the
saw
guy was.
Harden couldn't handle it. Harden was
Yeah,
gassed.
no doubt.
Because
No doubt.
they picked him up, and it took so much work for him to advance
Anthony,
the ball. It gassed him.
they gassed Shea.
Yeah.
They gassed Shea in the previous round.
Yeah.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander had one of the least efficient rounds you're ever going to see him have.
Yeah.
He played great in Game 7. Now, he rose to the occasion in Game 7, but his shooting percentage throughout the series was unrecognizable for him, and it's because of that.
Yeah.
Because they're similar. Jalen Williams was out. Those other guys, it's the same thing. You put the ball in the hands of Alex Caruso and Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe and Cason Wallace, and it's like, okay, man, 3 hard dribbles in one direction, and now let me pick it up and give it back to somebody. That's what the Knicks have. They've got straight line guys that can go 2-3 dribbles and pick it up. So Brunson, to operate that way against that level pressure, against that many different defenders who are fresh leg, and give it up and get it back and now go finish, I just can't overstate how great that performance was. And then particularly, obviously, you go for 45 in a Game 6 or a Game 5 closeout on the road, like to be that good when your team has to have it. Because Game 6 at home up 3-2 is dicey. There's a ton of pressure in the building if you've got one home game left. So for them to answer that on the road and for him to have one of the all-time great closeout road performances in finals history, can't overstate how great the guy was, man. They deserve all the flowers they're getting because that was an unbelievable run.
It really was, man. It was amazing. And you saw him the whole throughout, including against the Sixers. So what did you think of, I don't know how, you saw about Philo, the Sixers take Philo. Yep. So you got a kid coming. I like to pick because they had no lead guard on that team, man. And at least you got a kid that is a lead guard, and you got to build kind of independently around Embiid and George. Like they're not even there because you got to get through their contracts before you become a contender again.
Yeah, look, I look at Labaron Philon, and I'm telling you, he is incredibly mature with his offensive game. He's got a beautiful stroke deep. He's got a nice little step back he gets into, but he is so crafty with the basketball. Nothing he does is wasted. He's got a bunch of junk in his game with his handle, but it's all for a purpose to get himself something clean. He's listed at 6'3" or 6'4", depending where you look. And if I see multiple heights listed on all the different places you want to look, that means he's usually on the shorter of the two.
Right.
All right, because no one's going to list a guy shorter than he is, but they list him taller all the time.
Yeah.
So he's probably more like 6'3", which is okay, not that big of a deal. Not a big. If he's 6'1", 6'2", you start to get into different category of player. 6'3", 6'4", long enough. He actually has some maxi in his game. If you can find a player coming out now and you say, hey, man, who's going to remind you the most of maxi? It's probably this kid. He's not as blazing fast, but who is? There's probably 3 guys on the planet that are as fast from a standstill position to downhill as fast as Tyrese Maxey. Like, this is one of the quickest guys on earth. So no one's in that category. He's quick enough, but he's got so much to his handle to separate. Start, stop is outrageous. And like, he's constantly got guys off balance. So he can get to the finishing. He can get to the floaters, the mid-range. He's got the step back. He had a really nice stroke. They got themselves a great player. I think they looked at it like this. There's needs on this team. They needed some front court help. I would like to see some size on the wing. But ultimately, when it got to their pick, I just think they're looking at this and saying, we had him higher. Like, on all the different draft boards, and I was on the main set for the draft with Jay Billis and Bobby Marks and Andrea Carter, and we're going over that. Jeremy Wu does a list for us for ESPN.com. He was higher. So I think the Sixers just saw this guy that dropped further than they thought. They didn't think he'd be there, I don't believe. And now you're sitting there looking at this talent. He's one of the most mature offensive players, but just he's ripened, even though he's young, in the entire draft. And they couldn't resist it. And they went ahead and they grabbed him. And I think that they're thinking, we got to take the best player on the board, and that's the best player on the board at that pick.
Yeah, and he can play lead. Unlike Maxey, I think he's more of a lead guard than Tyrese is.
I tell you what, here's how I look at all these guys. They're all the same in this way. They are really almost all of these guys, with a couple exceptions. Christian Anderson, a guard that the Hornets picked up, he thinks more old school point guard. Like, my action is designed to create a reaction defensively that's going to lead to something for a teammate. And they're already processing what the next defender is going to do. That's a different way of thinking. It's very rare now in the NBA. All of these guys are combo guards, all of them. And after you got through the first four, we knew how those picks were going to go.
Right.
You got into this group of guards. Michael Brown and Acuff and Kingston Fleming, right? All these guys. I think I'm missing somebody. Kingston Fleming's Acuff, Michael Brown, Keaton, Wagler. These guys are combos. They're combos. Now, Philon probably has as much playmaking skill and natural point guard ability as any of those guys.
Right.
But I do think he's better as a scorer, hunting, and getting his. He's been doing it his whole life. It's obvious. It comes easy to him. So can he play make? Yes, he can. Now, you look at this situation. They got Edgecombe, they got Maxey. Right? This is an elite backcourt. Playing all three together, it would be – I mean, Edgecombe's a good rebounder for his size, but you're talking about three guys out there 6'5" and under. That's tough. So he's going to be a combo, I think, to back both those guys up. You could play him with Maxey at times. It's a small backcourt. And his biggest challenge, Philon's, initially, he's going to be attacked.
Yeah.
He's going to be attacked on the other end because he's 175 pounds.
Yeah.
He's going to be just gone at and tested with it. So he's got to add strength, and all these young guards do. Some are a little bit more ready for it. He's probably on the side that's not as ready for the physical contact and what that involves, particularly postseason basketball. So he's going to be attacked. And I always look at it like this, man. You draft the talent, and if that's the issue, it's up to the head coach and what they have around in the supporting cast to protect the guy from something like that. There are other guys in this draft that are going to be in the same category. That's system, scheme, that's coaching, that's who you put him out there with, infrastructure around him defensively to protect him, because he will get attacked on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, and listen, I just think it's why I like Gansey. I think Gansey's about, like, look, we're not a contender. We need help everywhere. We have to start looking at this thing and be realistic and start to collect ball players. Let's collect talent, and then we can start to fine tune and tweak. But if you have Embiid and George on this team, you're hamstrung. You're not going to be a contender.
You are. Well, it's tough, man. It's like me basically saying that the Commanders were a Super Bowl team last year.
Right.
Well, no, they weren't, because Jaden Daniels missed the whole season. So it's a big difference.
Right.
So that's what the Sixers are in. They're in this category where every single sentence that I say about them when I'm asked a question starts with if. And it's always about the same thing. And at this point, aren't we beyond?
Yeah.
Like, you're almost suspending reality at this point to think, nope, this is the year we get 75 out of Embiid and 74 out of Paul George. It's not going to happen. We both know that. So you're in a tough spot, man. A lot of money committed to those guys. Even if you wanted to move on from them, very difficult to do with those numbers attached to guys that aren't available often enough. They can put together stretches where it can happen, man. And even what they did against Boston was pretty incredible late in the year. But we all know that's not sustainable. That's not something you can bank on. So they're in a tough spot right now. They've got these young guards, super talented. They just added another one to the mix. That's a great starting point, but they're a long way from being a contender in Eastern Conference, particularly when you look at some of the additions that these other teams have made.
What did you think? Let's talk about the East for a second, because
Miami's now going to be in the mix.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you're Boston, why are you in such a hurry to trade Jaylen Brown?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's been out there for 3 years, 4 years. Can these guys play together? Can't play together. Like, I feel like they dispelled every rumor they had to about their relationship, him and Tatum, and like they won together. They won it all together. This guy was incredible during their championship year. So your guess is good as mine. And now it's obviously the trade doesn't happen, and now you got Brad Stevens saying, "Oh no, yeah, listen, man, we love Jalen." You still, it's like, come on, man. So I don't know what state of mind they're in. There's a lot of rumors out there that they're still actively trying to move him, and we'll see if that happens beyond that. But you just take a look at Detroit just by sheer what happened to them a year ago. They're better, and they're going to add talent. They're already doing that. They're going to be better than they were. They didn't have enough shooting last year. Their defense was elite. They've got a star big guard, which is what you need in this league. Their shooting wasn't enough. They're going to address it. The Knicks, they won a championship. I don't know if they're going to be better or not because they got some of their own issues. Mitchell Robinson, they probably can't re-sign. They've got to add depth to their team. Will they be as hungry? There's a lot of stuff there, but listen, they're a contender. You look at a team like Atlanta got better. The Miami Heat are now in the mix. I think I even like what Charlotte did.
I like Charlotte. I think that
moving ball. You bring in a front court guy like Naz Reid who plays both ends of the floor. They even had a really good draft, and they came together last year. And I think Kobe White's there, so you still have a pretty big time guard to run lead for you. And they drafted Christian Anderson, the guy I mentioned earlier, who's a lead guard. So they're going to be better. So up and down, Chicago, they pick up, Caleb Wilson. They pick up Claxton. Yeah. They've got Buzelis. Like, I'm not saying they're going to be a contender, but they're better. So, like, the East now, with what you're dealing with Philadelphia, got a good start with these guards, but everything is just so uncertain. There's no way that you could predict that they're going to be in the mix at the end.
Is it crazy? Do you think anybody would that is close would take a flyer on Embiid just to? I know the money's the money, but just to. I mean, everybody can't help themselves. You see it and you go, man, if I can just get 25 minutes a night. You see anybody doing that?
No, I don't. I really don't. I just think with that price tag, because you got to think how the other side of that coin. One side of the coin is, hey man, if he can just give it to us, like, and even if he gives us whatever 50, 55. In the regular season, and he's ready to go postseason. That's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is, what if he goes down for good this time?
Yeah.
So that's the other side.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are more afraid of that than anything. And because he's pretty far removed now from his elite level where he's available most of the time. Too much time has passed, and I don't think a lot of people would have that belief system to make a move to take on that kind of a number. Hoping and just keeping your fingers crossed that he's upright on April 15th and can give you a sustained run.
Yeah, it's tough.
Not about the talent, obviously. This guy's he's one of the most talented, dominant guys his size that's ever played.
Always.
It's just a matter of availability, and it's been a tough road for him.
No, it's like where everybody here is fatigued. Like, let me off the train, man. I got to get off this train. It's like this is like the crazy train. Right? Like,
listen, man, listen. You got the Phillies, all right? You're not too far away from Eagles training camp. Come on, man. You can't. What are you, spoiled in this city? Come on. You got a bunch of Nova dudes just won an NBA title. You got 2 national championships for them recently. Come on, man. Guys won it all. Give me a break.
Hey, tell me, any spots left on the camp? What's going on?
Yeah, there are, man. There are. I'm glad you brought up the camp. Yes, it's August 3rd through 6th. Tim Legler basketballcamp.com, man. Go on, sign up. We got what do we got? 5-6 weeks, something like that before camp hits. Boys and girls, man, all levels. But we're a big time teaching camp. The kid's gonna leave at the end of the week. It's Monday through Thursday. It's 4 hours, depending on your age. You got 4 hours depending on what session, either morning or afternoon. And you're going to get 16 hours of instruction, incredible staff, and they're going to be significantly better when they leave because they're going to have a lot of tools. What do they do to get better as a player? That's what the camp is all about. A lot of kids have the bug for the game. They have no idea what they're supposed to go do in their driveway or at the rec center or when they're hanging out with a friend and or one of their parents and they want to get better. That's what this camp is about. In addition to scrimmaging and playing 5-on-5 every day and everything else, it's the basics, man, of how to get better. You got to master the building blocks, and these are the drills you need to do. And that's what the camp is all about. It's our 20th anniversary, Anthony, believe it or not, man.
Wow.
20th anniversary of the camp. Yeah, so we got some special stuff lined up for some giveaways and things like that. So it's going to be an awesome week, but check it out on the website. It's at Total Turf in Pittman, New Jersey, not far from the Bridges in Philly, in South Jersey. TimLeglerBasketballCamp.com.
I was just talking about the camp because Moscow's in the summer league, and we had a game the other night at Total Turf. And, you know, I walk in there, and you know that place, right? It's got, you know, there's 20 full courts, kids running up and down. And I'm looking at it, I'm going, man, the game is alive and well, man. The kids just, they just love it. Like, you know, I got, you know, we're going into our big 8th grade year, right, of my squad. I've been coaching these kids since they were in 3rd grade. So it's mandatory that they all go to the Tim Legler camp. It's mandatory.
I love it. Should be mandatory for every youth player in the area.
That's right.
You got to come through. I pride, you know how I feel about it, man. I take a lot of pride in it. I'm there. By the way, there's a lot of people, NBA players, you know, now I'm broadcaster, coaches, whatever it may be. And they put their name on a camp, and then they show up on Monday, they show up on the last day. I'm there every second of the camp. I've got a whistle around my neck the entire time. I literally design every single teaching station. I coach games. I ref games. I keep the clock. I take a lot of pride in the organization of this camp. They're going to cram more into that 4 hours per day than you're going to get anywhere. And by the way, I keep it very reasonably priced. Everybody's always telling me, man, you don't charge enough. You don't charge enough. That's the whole point, man. I want kids to have access to it. Because a lot of these kids that come, it's their first taste, or they're just beginning their journey as a player. And it starts as young as, we take 7-year-olds. The camp says 8 to 16. We have 7-year-olds every year that come. But you get that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old that comes in, like they're getting their first taste of basketball. They're starting to love it a little bit. Our goal and our motto is your kid will love the game a lot more when they walk out on Thursday than when they walked in on Monday. That's what we promise, and I think we deliver every year.
You do. I'll be there. I'll be seeing you. Massimo will be part of there. So it's the
my little guy's got about 3 more years, man, before he'll be there, but he's not going to be. Dude, he's not a camper yet.
If I could buy stock into a kid, it'll be that one, because I know he'll be able to shoot the lights out. He's probably already shooting.
Listen, he's got really good hand eye. Right now, if I had to bet, it's this. He's gonna be on a mound somewhere throwing heaters, because he's got a cannon for a right arm. He's 4.5, and I'll tell you this: you better have your head on a swivel when you're sitting on the sofa, because there's no telling something might get picked up and fired at you. He likes to throw the ball right now, but then immediately it goes over. He's more about engineering right now. He's all into how things work and how to build them. So I don't know how I can combine the two, sports and engineering. We're going to come up with something.
I love it. God bless him, brother. God bless him. Hey, we'll get you on once more, but right before the camp, this way to pump it up, last thing, and we'll do a whole big social media campaign for it. All right.
Appreciate it, man. Yes, absolutely.
I love you, brother. So good seeing you. You killed it, man. You absolutely killed it.
Finally, man, got through the finish line, got through the finals, got through the draft. It was an incredible amount of work, because I haven't done the draft really till this year. I kind of covered it for Sports Center and stuff, and very specific questions. This was different. This was be up on the main set for 30 picks and break it down. So, of course, I was in the finals, so knee deep in the finals. Now, going early, 5-gamer helped me from that standpoint. I had a little bit more time to prepare. Because some guys I knew, but I had to dive in deep into the film, man, and get ready for that. That was a grind. If I showed you the book that they give you to prepare, it's like the yellow pages thick, man. And now you're diving into these players like you can't believe. Wow. So of course Jay Billis does a lot of the heavy lifting. He's watching these guys all year, but the two of us were up there. Great conversation. Nobody knows the league and the draft picks and cap situation, all that, like Bobby Marks. Andrea Carter was up there. She's watching every level of basketball constantly, and of course, a phenomenal host, Malika Andrews, hosted it. It was a lot of work. Got through the draft, and now get a little bit of downtime. And you know where I'm going to be.
Oh,
you know where I'm going to be. Toes in the sand, baby. Toes in the sand.
Well earned, baby. Well earned, my brother. Mr. Ben, I love it. I love that you're like the Mr. NBA on ABC, ESPN. It's so well deserved. You're great at it,
Appreciate you,
brother.
man. Thank you very
Love
much.
you, buddy. We'll
Appreciate
see
that.
you down the shore, all right?
All right, man. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
All right. The
You
great
got it.
Legs. How about that?
He's
Elite.
He is elite. And those camps, they're like life changing. When I was 12 years old, I went to a camp. I thought I had great coaches, but when you go to an intensive camp like that, like I had Herb McGee teaching and stuff, it's changes your game, changes your world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and the price, I'm looking it up. I mean, it's like $15 an hour. I mean,
I know.
most camps like $500. His is like half that.
I know.
Yeah.
No, it's great. It's trust me. I've been sending Mosmo there and the kids there forever.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been gone forever there. It's an awesome camp.
Yeah. If you got a kid and you're thinking about it, do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It really is. All right, we're going to take a quick TO, come back, and we got Billy coming up in a little bit. I want to do some nugs before we get to Billy. All right?
Good.
So I want to do some nugs with you. It's a Friday, so I want to kind of we've been very guest intensive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have some fun a little bit. How's that sound?
Delightful.
Delightful? All right. Let's talk about our friends. Parks Casino, Street Road, Bend, Salem, and the Bet Parks, home of the Bet Parks Sportsbook online casino app. It is Soccer Palooza that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you make of, are you already looking ahead to USA, Bosnia?
No. I'm trying to make some money today.
All right. Who you got today?
Senegal minus 1.5 goals versus Iraq. Iran, Egypt, both teams to score plus 105. Spain over 1.5 goals, minus 120.
Spain, Yamin Lamal?
I would bet him as a
Yamal?
anytime goal scorer, but that's a risky bet. I don't give those out to the people, but I go Spain over 1.5 goals.
Spain over 1.5. And who they got?
I forget who they got.
Oh, okay.
Uruguay. Uruguay.
Now,
It means something for Uruguay. But Spain
Right.
also, they had a draw their first game. They want to show,
they want to
show
flex.
They're a powerhouse.
They want to flex.
Yeah.
All right. Is
what-
Norway playing today?
Norway and France. I mean, I don't know what you bet on that game when you got Holland saying, like, they're going to beat us, but they're probably the best team.
Well, if he's saying that's
Bet him to score a goal. There you
Anyway,
go.
betparks.com has all the details. You get 500 spins of the new soccer game. Go, 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 collect them. Got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's talk about Xfinity and the Xfinity mobile, the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, which is incredible. I mean, we're talking Wi-Fi that fixes problems before you notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi that makes everything work together, that has a sixth sense. So like in my house, Mosmo's in his room playing the show. Anthony is in the basement playing some game. I don't know. All right, check it out. Xfinity's the greatest, best equipment included. Your Wi-Fi should stay put and stay reliable. Lock in your price. Unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more. Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. All right, buddy.
Nugs?
VG's Nugs. Nugs. VG's Nugs.
No? Don't worry if the computer's not cooperating. Yeah, we're... VG's Nugs! All right. There's an earthquake in Venezuela. 2 of them in the same day. 2 days ago. There's a baseball game going on, and this is video.
Oh, you told me
of
about
the
this.
baseball game happening when I would be an idiot. Because I'd probably run back out of the seats where the players and everybody run to the center of the field to avoid any falling debris. This is where I don't have proper earthquake training because I probably would have ran back into the clubhouse, which is probably not a great idea when you think about it. Because I was like, why are they all running to the center field? It's like, if things collapse, there's nothing directly above them.
Right.
Smart.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's smart.
Yeah, that's good training, good reaction to an earthquake.
Do you remember the earthquake that we had?
The one when we were sitting here?
Oh, yeah, we had that
Yeah, I
one.
remember that one.
We had another one. I was at Ponzio's Diner with Charlie Manuel.
Oh, yeah. Potsy?
Did I tell you that story?
I don't think so.
It was starting to. All right, let's look at it.
You probably go in like 10, 15 seconds into it. Yeah, I think right there is cool. So everyone just instinctively knows to run to the center of the field. They are aware that you don't want anything on top of you. Because what do they tell you? Stand in a door frame? I don't even know. See, we have bad training here for earthquakes. I don't know what to do in an earthquake. Get in the tub. Isn't that one thing you do for something?
Get in the tub.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you get in the tub for something.
Where you get it? Tornado get in the basement.
Tornado's a basement?
Yeah, tornado. I know. We had the tornadoes come through the area. There was one. It was awful. The damage it did to.
You guys got jacked up over there. I remember that,
dude. I was in the basement with the dogs and you name it. It was bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I think you go to the tub.
That's unbelievable. But yeah, we were at Ponzio's Diner. We were up
You
on
and
the
Charlie.
expansion, like a little stage.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the thing started moving. Like I was like, what? Right? Like
scary, man.
And it was. And I mean, it wasn't like, I guess it was like a 4-point something. I forgot what the Richter scale rating was, but it was noticeable. I had to call home and phones were busy. It was
Everyone overwhelms the grid.
Yeah.
Don't,
in fact, I think I called. Did I call you or Mitchy Tools to go down and knock on my door?
Not me. It must have been Mitch.
Yeah, because I was here, and I was living off of South Street.
On Rodman, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Upon a quick search, it says do not run outside or use doorways.
Okay.
So don't go under a doorway. You're thinking of something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you have to be under a doorway? So we can fall on you?
The question 1998 says you get in the bathtub in the case of wild dingoes.
Makes sense.
I got a name for you. Have you heard the name Brody Bromila?
Brody Bromila?
Yeah.
No.
He's a 6'9" high school pitcher. And he sat down on a podcast and showed what a baseball looks like in his hand.
Where's he from?
Like he's holding a ping pong ball.
Where's he from?
I don't know. It doesn't say in the post. Hold on. He's a left-handed pitcher from Raynham, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Yeah. If you could make it bigger to see it, it's towards like the middle of this video. He picks up the baseball.
Wow, his
It's
hands
like
are monstrous.
Andre the Giant holding a baseball.
His hands are monstrous.
Yeah.
Look how big his hand is.
Yeah, at some point he puts his hands up next to the interviewer and it's ridiculous looking.
It was weird because you would think about throwing a ball.
I think, yeah.
Oh my God. We need to get closer for this. This is crazy.
Yeah. I'll just
like,
go
dude,
hand.
let's get down lower here. Now turn it that way.
His hand is like double the size.
Yeah.
Now hold a baseball.
Look at this.
Like just normally, or
yeah,
just like this. Like I can fit my hand around the ball.
He can almost put his fingers to his
very
wrist.
Big hands. I think. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! That's unbelievable.
It was pretty wild. So I got.
I wonder how. I wonder if that hurts him though.
Why?
It was your grip.
I mean, he probably. I don't know. I wonder if he can generate more spin because his fingers are so far over it.
I guess. I don't know. I don't like something. His hands are too big.
Too big. I never thought I'd ever hear you say that about an athlete. His hands are too big.
Well, I don't. You know, it's fascinating, man.
So I'll give you. I got two choices. There's someone did a quick post about retro aging, which shows you what guys in the 80s look like at like our age. Or there's a viral video going around, a woman's walking her dog and encounters a grizzly bear. and she has to fend herself off from the grizzly bear.
I want to see the grizzly bear.
The grizzly bear?
Yeah.
All right, it's about a minute long.
Yeah,
it's one of the most crazy
I want to see that
interactions.
Especially now, there's a lot of bears in media.
In media, PA?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's not good. This is one of the reasons I don't go Yosemite, no hiking. This is my biggest fear.
All right.
I'm about to walk. I would never leave the house with bear spray. I don't know what this woman does, but she holds her composure. She must have like the Ray-Ban Meta glasses on to film it while she's probably filming her walk with her dog.
Wow.
She holds her composure down. And the dog, too. My dogs would be losing my one dog would be losing.
Well, the gooch would, yeah.
No. Go away.
Oh, it's following him.
Yeah, dude. What do you see?
Oh, he's playing.
Yeah.
Damn.
So they say you never run from a grizzly.
No?
No. It's fast and it will track you down and slaughter you. Watch this thing charge.
Brown, stay down.
Oh, my God. Look at it.
Dude. And then it stands up. A grizzly stands up like that. I'm like, what?
Stop.
So you're supposed to try and scare it with noises? She's doing everything right except she doesn't have bear spray.
Go away. Go. Enough.
She's like, enough. That thing's standing up. It's crazy.
Bad. Hey. Stop. Enough. Get. Go. Go.
Wow, she chased it away.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
And then she makes a beeline for her car. Yeah, he got away.
Wow. That's awesome.
Crazy.
Man, look at that thing standing up.
Dude, that's like a grizzly bear and a kangaroo when they both stand up. No way.
Kangaroos are nasty.
Yeah, they look like a boxer when they stand up.
Yeah, they're all muscle
Barrel
out.
chested.
Yeah, the muscles are so creepy.
Yeah, man. Those two I do not mess around when they
That's
stand
terrifying.
What a video, man.
Nuts, right?
That's awesome. That's wild. All right, let's take a quick TO, and we got Billy. We got a big party ahead of us tonight. A big draft
I
party.
think I'm
at
stopping
yours.
by. It's one of my favorite places. Some of my favorite people.
You stopping by tonight?
Why not? I hung out the last one with those guys. It was great.
I think that's great, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very cool.
These Flyer guys and the Flyers diehards, they know how to party.
Of course they do. They know how to party.
Yes.
They're great at that. So let's go. And Billy's the perfect host for that.
Yeah, because he's fun. He's a good MC of festivities.
Yes, he's fun with
Yes.
a capital F.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about our friends, shall we? Talk about our friends from Dick's Sporting Goods. Another weekend of play. Nothing better than going to Dick's Sporting Goods, prepare for a tournament. Wherever you are, like whatever you got going on. Maybe it's baseball, maybe it's softball, maybe it's soccer, or maybe it's getting ready for football and the fall sports, or maybe you want some cleats or some new sneakers or the gear. They got everything at Dick's Sporting Goods. It's your one-stop shop for sports. Jerseys and fan gear to rep the squads. All the equipment, like I said, gloves, cleats, bats, balls. I mean, it's right, mouth guards and cleats, the whole thing. Stop by your local Dick's Sporting Goods store anywhere around the area. Shop online, Dicks.com. Before the next big game, whether you're heading to the stadium or just out to the back fields, make your first stop Dick's Sporting Goods, because summer sports starts here. That's right. Let's talk about Rothman. Oh, you've been dealing with chronic pain. Like, if you got any kind of pain, don't suffer. You don't need to suffer. You don't have to tough it out. Get it looked at by the experts at Rothman Orthopedics. The same specialists trusted across the region to treat everything from joint pain and back issues to sports injuries and fractures. Whether it's something that's lingered for months or something that happened this week, you got it covered. You're there. Easiest way to get started, go to rothmanortho.com/PHLY. Schedule your appointment today. Rothman has Fast Scheduler. Connects you with their VIP scheduling specialist for your issue. It saves you time. It gets you on the path to recovery faster. And Rothman now, you got a orthopedic care when you need answers right away. Guidance from the same trusted team. Stop living with pain. Go to rothmanortho.com/PHLY and book with Rothman Orthopedics today. Now, joining us. Oh, all right.
It's an interesting thing from Jeff Passan last night. The Major League Baseball proposal to the union included a ban on prop bets on individual players. So players are tired of getting harassed by fans.
Wow.
Yeah. That would change gambling considerably.
Prop bets?
No prop bets? Like I can't bet that Bryce hits a home run tonight? I wouldn't be able to do that?
Oh, wow.
Like individual player prop bets. Yeah.
Right. Wow.
No Sielski over 5.5 strikeouts.
But how do they do that?
I don't know.
Like how? It's not like they would control the. I guess they.
Yeah, I don't know because I mean in Pennsylvania you can't bet prop bets on college kids.
Right.
It's just a blanket thing, but I don't know. Maybe they would work out a deal with these the sports books.
Wow.
Yeah, players have had it with.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: who's to stop another outlet? Like you could maybe you have deals with, but I mean, there's always someone.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
That's interesting. All right, we got him. All right, let's go to our man. Big party tonight. Big draft party. And joining us, the maestro of the draft party. Just look at him. He's a barrel of fun.
I know.
All right, he's just a blast. Our own Bill Matz, the great PHLY Flyers show. Billy, you excited?
Oh, I am very excited. What's up, cuz? What's up, VG? This is one of my favorite days of the year. The draft party is always so much fun. I look forward to it really from the midpoint of the season on. It was nice this year not to be so focused on the draft, and the hockey was actually good. So the draft not as important, but the draft party, always a great time.
And we got the draft party at Yards, a new venue for us.
It is. We have never had the party at Yards before. I'm really looking forward to this. Everyone who has seen the space, really excited about it. We have, I think over 150 RSVPs. It has been, it's been tremendous. The response to it, Yards has been great. The sponsors are awesome. This is going to be a really, really fun night for Flyers fans.
Yeah.
So Bill, you're a guy who always has good shirts, great hats. Is this something that you plan a few weeks in advance, the attire for tonight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I have to, you got to look your best, VG.
Yeah, I know.
You're out amongst the people. You need to make sure you're repping correctly. So I have the buy the ticket, take the ride playoff shirt all set up, and
nice.
A few different orange and black hat options. We haven't decided yet.
We got a little snippet behind, a little glimpse behind you.
But yeah, I'm curious. Do you have a new lid for it, or is it you going to pull one off the wall? Classic.
We might just go regular Flyers right here.
Okay.
Or the PHLY Flyers, I think, is somewhere up here. We might do that as well.
I like that.
It's an impressive wall of hats.
It really is.
I wish I had space to do that.
I mean, it's great.
I'm running out of room.
That's fantastic.
I had to put additions in my closet, like hat racks in my closet to line them up. But to have them all on the wall like that would be awesome.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. Billy, so what's your aim for tonight? Like, what are you expecting? You know, we had Jonesy on talking about it. Everybody you talk to says that this draft is a bit of a meh kind of draft itself on the ice. What are you hoping for?
You know, I always take the classification of a draft with a little bit of a grain of salt. Oh, this is the best draft ever. It's a generational draft. Oh, it's not very good. I always remember back to 2017 where the Flyers win the lottery, get the second pick. It's Heishier, it's Patrick. It's like, yeah, they're both like going to be good 2Cs, but there are no stars in this draft. And then 3, 4, 5, absolute studs. The guy who goes number 4 to Colorado, they lost the lottery and were furious. He's the next Bobby Orr. So I always take it with a little bit of like, okay, we'll see in a few years. But by all accounts, this is not the deepest draft, and where the Flyers are at 21. I doubt you're going to have some of the luck they've had in the 20s before with Simone Gagne, Claude Giroux, Travis Konechny. They've done really well in this range before, but I am just expecting something interesting tonight, whether it's you trade Risto for another first round pick, maybe a package your pick with Ristolainen for something. I'm not positive they're just going to pick at 21, take a guy and call it from there, because the league's been on fire lately, and there are absolutely no free agents for Danny to spend all his money on. So you got to do something to improve the team. I would not be surprised with some sort of movement tonight.
I like it.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, if they hold pat at 21, I guess multiple mocks, the Flyer guy would be Sokolovsky, 6'7" defenseman who actually they say skates well, but has a totally mean, nasty streak to him.
Yeah, he's actually, he does skate better than you would think for just a behemoth of a defenseman. He super mean, physical player. They like that. The one issue is he's put up less offense than like Sam Moran did at his age, and people were really like, oh, I don't know if his offense will ever translate. Hunter McDonald, same sort of thing. Like, will he ever have 10 assists in a season? It's the 21st pick. It's not like you're picking in the top 10, top half, but I would like a little bit more upside than him. If they come away with a big, nasty 6'8" defenseman, I'm not going to be upset, but it does feel like they're focusing on defense, and perhaps like that guy isn't really there this year for that spot. There's some wingers. We know how deep they are at wing, but I always think best player available. And if you can get a skilled player at 21 that you could eventually package in a trade, wouldn't hate that either.
Yeah. No, I feel you. You guys have just been killing it, buddy. It's been so much fun. And, you know, part of the draft thing is less about even what happens and more about, like, here we are at a milepost celebration of this team and what they're going to do in the off season. And what's your kind of big wish for this off season?
My big wish for this offseason is Danny makes one splash move. Now, it's tough to do. Like I said, there's very few free agents. The couple of guys who were at the top of the board have been already moved and signed in trades and things like that. So everyone in the league is looking for a couple of guys to put their team over the top. But this has been Danny's plan all along. It is this summer and next summer where he really starts to turn the corner for this team and get them to the next level. And I am hoping for just one move that seriously improves this team. Now, I think they'll be better next year because I don't expect Mishkov to be 10 pounds overweight. I don't expect him to have the down season he did. I expect Porter Martone to be better. I expect Tyson Forster to be healthy. So I think the team will just be better because of that. But you need a little something, whether it's another top 4 defenseman, another center, just one thing that gets this team above where they were a year ago. This past season.
You got to get there. You got to fix that power play. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's such a problem at this point. Fixing it is like be a little bit below average.
Right.
Like
right.
If they were at 17 or 18%, I'd throw them a freaking parade at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's been so bad for so long.
Yeah. No, you're right on. Listen, it's not too late. You want to come down. It's going to be a great night. What time do the festivities kick off?
Festivities kick off at 6 o'clock at Yards Brewery. Our show goes live at 7. We're going to take you through the entire first round of the draft. It's going to be a great time. Come on down. RSVP, allphly.com/events.
About it, baby.
Yes.
Philly, we love you. You're a great maestro, man.
And Anthony, listen to that text I sent you off the air. It's from 2011. You saying Charlie at Ponzio's jogged my memory. I've had this clip of Charlie saved in my email since 2011, but it might be not safe for work.
I love it. You're the best, buddy. We love you, man. Thank you, brother.
Take it easy, gentlemen.
The great Phil Matz. Hey, he's a blast. All right, we're going to take one last TO, and then we'll bid you guys adieu for the weekend.
Adieu. I like that word.
Yeah, so do I. Let's talk about Valley Forge. Sometimes you want a quick getaway, right? But you don't want to. You're not doing the brain going away to Asia for a month, right? Like, you just want a couple days. Enjoy yourself. Well, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania is perfect. Got a little bit of everything: history, shopping, entertainment, outdoor adventure, great food, just all outside the city. You can spend the day exploring Valley Forge National Historical Park, hit the shops at KOP, check out live entertainment, explore some of the amazing small towns, hidden gems throughout Montgomery County. And with America celebrating 250 this summer, never been a better time to experience the history and the stories that help shape the country. Whether it's a couple's trip, family weekend, sports road trip, just a chance to unplug for a few days, Montgomery County makes it easy to get away without going far. Plan your trip, book your stay, start your retreat today. valleyforge.org. That's valleyforge.org. You know it's officially summer when Hoagie Fest comes back to Wawa. I got to ask you, what's your Wawa order? Mine, I'm going classic Italian. I love my Wawa hoagies. Hoagie Fest is back this year, bringing even more value to the table. Right now, you get a shorty hoagie, wrap, or chicken sandwich, plus a bag of Hers chips and a small fountain drink for $6. You're extra hungry? It's only $8 for a classic meal. Whether you're grabbing lunch between meetings, fueling up before a game, or making a quick stop on a summer road trip, it's an easy, delicious meal at a great price. I love it. We stop on the way to baseball. Hoagie Fest, fuel up after, between games. Big flavor, great value, same Hoagie Fest energy we all know and love. But it's only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. Gotta have Wawa. Gotta have Wawa. Buddy.
Man, Oklahoma City Thunder just collecting second-round picks this offseason. They just traded Isaiah Joe.
Oh, yeah, too.
Pistons.
Smart move.
It's a good move for the Pistons.
Yeah, a little firepower off the bench.
Yeah.
And they don't need him now. They have Jared McCain. Sorry, I'm happy with Philon.
Oh, over the moon.
So I'm good. I'm over the trade.
Yeah, we've moved on.
Yeah.
Gansey, baby.
You got lucky. More eel got lucky.
The eel got lucky?
The eel got lucky.
The eel's been lucky for a long time. Cashing that check.
Oh, my God. Weirdo that he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What magic do the Phillies have in store this weekend?
Oh, you got to sweep the Mets with the new manager. They try and change up the attitude and squash them.
I like that.
Squash them.
I like that. What do you got on tap, Jules?
In the suburbs.
You'll be the burbs?
I'll be in the burbs.
What burbs mom living?
Hatboro.
Hatboro Horsham.
Yeah, Hatboro Horsham. Like Kyle.
Hatboro Horsham.
Newbeck area.
Yep.
Kyle Newbeck. How about you? What festival you going?
I'm getting loaded tonight, a draft party. Come on, everybody. Let's have some beers. Let's go.
We love it. Everybody, we love you guys. Ciao. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
We all silly like the mayor.